High school sports action from the W. It's time now for the best high school sports action from the WBCB Sports Network. Catch the best games from Bucks and Mercer County at WBCBSports.com and our Facebook page. Your home for high school sports is right here at WBCB 1490.
Good evening. Welcome to Northampton High School in Northampton, Pennsylvania, the home of the Konkrete Kids, as we get you ready for Pennsbury High School football on the WBCB Sports Network. The 2024 season is about to get underway, and we're looking forward to this one. Great to be with you tonight. Pumped up for the game. The Pennsbury Falcons went 5-6 last season. In 2022, they were SOL champs. Meanwhile, for the Konkrete Kids, they went 10-3 last year, but they now move to a new league and maybe some tougher competition, a little bit of a better brand of football in the EPC South, where the Klondike Kids now find themselves. And we're getting ready for kickoff. It's coming up in just a little bit. Chris Ermer with Ben Goldstein. Also up top, Daniel McDevitt, and doing our video engineering, Gus the Bus Barber.
The legendary Gus the Bus.
Yes, indeed. The legend himself is with us. And tonight's game on WBCB is brought to you by PNC Financial Services, St. Mary Medical Center, thanks to BCWSA, the Revere Restaurant, outstanding Italian cuisine in Ewing Township, New Jersey, thanks to McCaffrey's Supermarket. This is the McCaffrey's Game of the night. McCaffrey's exceptional every day, and we're going to break down the matchup. We've got the starters for you, and kickoff is coming up in just a little bit. Thanks to Peruzzi Automotive Group, to Kim Rock of Keller Williams, Ben Franklin Plumbing of Levittown. We welcome Nolan Painting to Pennsbury High School football. Thanks to Team Toyota, Rob's Automotive and Collision, Puss in Boots, the host of our Pennsbury Falcon football preview show, and big-time supporters of Pennsbury Falcon athletics on WBCB. Thanks also to the Pennsbury Football Parents Club, Charcoal BYOB, Junior's Car Wash, the Trentonian, and this is the Trentonian pregame show. Again, kickoff coming up in just a little bit. You can read about tonight's game in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian, as the Pennsbury Falcons and the Konkrete Kids of Northampton High School get the 2024 high school football season underway. We also thank Amori's Restaurant, Chance to Save Bargain Outlet, BAI Security Systems, DiLorenzo's Pizza in New Falls Road, and stay with us after the game. Ben Goldstein going to be down on the field talking with one of our players of the game. That interview brought to you by DiLorenzo's Pizza. We'll have that for you on a kind of a separate video this year, so hopefully we'll be able to drive some more viewership to our post-game activities with Ben Goldstein. Again, big thanks to DiLorenzo's for helping to make that possible. Thanks to Johnson Chiropractic, Yardley Pharmacy and Supply, Kramer's Bakery, Villa Rosa Pizzeria and Italian Restaurant, Yardley Family Haircutters, Perry Warren for State Rep, and Senator Steve Sanicero. Yeah, the whole town on board for Pennsbury Falcon football. We get big support from the Pennsbury community, and we thank them so much. And Ben and Gus, and this is awesome to be with you guys again. This is Snyder, year 3 of Snyder 2.0, as the return of Galen Snyder now in his second stint as head coach with the Pennsbury Falcons, and they've had some success. A couple of years ago, great success within the league. Last year, they did get into the playoffs, Ben, going 5-6, but it was kind of a good end to the season with wins over Abington, Neshaminy, and they had a pretty good game against Souderton, unfortunately on the wrong end of it to end the season.
Yeah, it was a great game that night. They came back where they were down late. Fortunately, lost 21-14 on that cold night in November.
I was going to say, it was a cold night.
It was freezing that night, and Dan was up on the roof.
It was a great night, but it was also a very cold night.
It was very cold, but now this season there's a new guy behind the center, Nate Bagley. Last year starting QBs, graduated, playing at Shippensburg. He was the all-league first-team running back last season. Now they have sophomore Henry Garlitz, 5'10", 175. Not just is he the new quarterback, he's also an incredible wrestler. So he's tough. He played baseball. He has the arm. I even played flag football with him back in the day.
Oh, so you know him
I
like
know.
that.
Yeah, we're
We're
teammates.
You going to the Olympics? You taking Patrick Mahomes' spot?
Maybe.
Okay.
Well, even with a new sophomore quarterback for the Pennsbury Falcons, we expect more of the same from Coach Snyder. The ground and pound approach. They have that wing T offense going, and they're not going to skip a beat when it comes to the ground game because you bring in Jordan Brensinger. He's got a great deal of speed. We saw what he could do last season, Ben, and they mix in a sophomore running back, Hex Walker, along with Jaden Bright, and we're going to see those guys touching the football quite a bit in this wing T, and excited to see what Walker is going to be able to provide. Like Garlitz, he's also a sophomore.
Yeah, the skill positions on offense are very young. Garlitz behind center, sophomore. Brensinger is a junior. Walker is a sophomore. A lot of young skill positions on offense, setting up a very bright future for this Falcons offense.
Well, Ben, I hope you had a great off-season. Gus, great to be with you again, and everybody out there with us tonight. Thank you so much for checking in. We're here at the home of the Konkrete Kids, and
Love
they
that
got
name.
a really cool nickname.
Great name.
They actually won an ESPN contest for the best nickname in all of Pennsylvania, and I think they were trying to get like the national victory. I think they might have fell a little bit. I don't know. I was Googling Konkrete Kids.
Yeah, I did a Google search, and the history is like it's been around for over 100 years. It was, quote, based on feeling that cement being produced here was used to make buildings and bridges and more, wherever strength in building materials was required. So I don't know, but it's a cool name.
In the 30s, this was the concrete capital of the
It
world.
looks
Okay.
like there's a concrete mill right to the left of us. Daniel's showing it on the screen right now, but who knows? That could be the concrete factory right there.
And then because there was a lot of German heritage here in this area, I guess in German, concrete is spelled with a K. So here the Konkrete Kids are concrete and kids, both spelled with a K for the Northampton High School bunch.
I was wondering why I was spelled with a K, but that's cool.
Alliteration.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the guys up here in the press box pointing over to the concrete factory. Or
I thought that was a concrete factory. Yeah, Daniel showing it on the screen. That's, right next to the school. Why not make them the Konkrete Kids as he's showing us right now?
Yeah, got a cool backdrop on this field. Nice view of some trees. Very nice field. Great press box. It's a nice facility around here.
And a beautiful night for high school football, and it's great. You mentioned the cold night in Souderton, and to go through the journey beginning on these warm summer evenings and to take everybody with us into the chill of autumn is something we are looking forward to. And changes with Pennsbury. We mentioned a new quarterback, sophomore runner in Hex Walker. Some things staying the same with Pennsbury. We'll see Walker Murray anchoring that Pennsbury defense as he did last season. The Konkrete Kids also dealing with some changes, especially when it comes to the league formation. They had been in the EPC North, and they come off a 2023 EPC North championship. And they went 10-3 last season, and Ben, they really did well within the league, 10-3 overall. But I don't think they lost a league game last year.
No, they went 8-0, and also they had a fantastic rusher in Caden Henridsey, who has since graduated. He's playing up at Stonehill. He was named All-Conference Offensive MVP, First Team All-Area, and All-Conference Running Back, and he was the all-time leading rusher in Northampton history. So now they're also new league, lost their best rusher ever. So a lot of changes for Northampton.
Yeah, that is a big loss when it comes to the ground game, and they're going to look to bounce back. They play more of a spread formation. We mentioned the Pennsbury wing T ground game, and they really do keep it on the ground primarily. We'll see. Maybe I expect from Garlitz less runs than we saw from Bagley. Bagley was really a threat to carry the football from the QB position. I don't think we're going to see that from Garlitz just based on what I saw in their scrimmage against Cheltenham. But I do think they may open things up and have a bit more of an air attack this season.
Yeah,
Maybe I'm just being optimistic or hopeful.
No, the biggest thing that I remember you telling me as we have Northampton, the Konkrete Kids coming out right now. What a spectacle they have going right now. But the one thing I like to see is what you were saying. You heard that Coach Snyder added a little bit more of a 2-minute drill into the offense, a little bit less play action. So Garlitz could possibly shine out there. So once I hear that, I think, maybe they're going to incorporate his arm a little bit, because when you have a sophomore out there, as Ben telling us on the ride up, a former baseball pitcher, so he's got some arm talent. I'll be intrigued to see what we have out of Garlitz compared to what we saw from Nate Bagley last year. As you said, more of a running quarterback. Garlitz, he's a sophomore, but what I've heard, I'm expecting him to show off some arm talent here. And we talked about it, as a sophomore, he's got a lot of time to evolve and learn in this offense.
And Garlitz, sorry to cut you off, but Garlitz started as the quarterback for JV last year, and they had a very good year.
As a freshman.
Yeah, as a freshman. And we had a great year in fantasy in flag football that year as well, and I was his center. So I just want to say that I had a lot of development to his game. That's why he's here. It's all me.
Ben Goldstein is responsible for everything that Garlitz
it's all thanks to Ben. I mean, that's the attitude we have up here in the broadcast booth.
When Pennsbury wins the state championship, it was all because of me. Right here. Remember, clip this moment.
All right, right now,
clip it, Chad.
We rise to honor America for the national anthem, and we will step aside and return, getting closer to kickoff here as the Pennsbury Falcons take on the Konkrete Kids of Northampton High School.
BCWSA customers, former Phillies pitcher Tommy Green here. I played on the 1993 National League champs, so I know a thing or two about what it's like playing on a winning team. BCWSA has all the ingredients. They make it easy for their customers to get automatic updates by text, email, or phone anytime there is a disruption in your service area. You can even customize your alerts by going to bcwsa.net. That's bcwsa.net. BCWSA, your partner for a safer environment. BCWSA, proven.
Hi, I'm Kevin Nolan from Nolan Painting. Choosing the right color is critical in the painting process. Our color consultants will help you pick and choose the right color, and our professional painters will apply it with precision. NolanPainting.com, improving homes and neighborhoods since 1979.
When it comes to plumbing, there's only one trusted name for your home or business. That's Ben Franklin Plumbing of Levittown. Whether it's drains, water heaters, faucets, or sewers, Ben Franklin Plumbing of Levittown can solve all of your plumbing problems. Time-tested and punctual since 1984. It's Ben Franklin Plumbing of Levittown. Call them at 215-943-1776. That's 215-943-1776 for Ben Franklin Plumbing of Levittown, a proud supporter of high school athletics in Bucks County.
One of the top producing real estate groups in the Yardley-Makefield area is the Kim Rock Group. Kim lives in the Yardley area and knows its real estate market. The Kim Rock Group is the #1 team at Keller Williams Langhorne office, which is also the #1 office in Bucks County. Over a decade of experience in selling and investing in local real estate makes Kim the perfect choice to list your home. Licensed in both Pennsylvania and New Jersey, the Kim Rock Group has you covered for all of your real estate needs. For more information, visit thekimrockgroup.com. That's thekimrockgroup.com.
This is Tommy Green from the 1993 National League champion Phillies. And here's the pitch. BCWSA water and sewer customers, you have a new and improved option to pay your bill that's convenient, reliable, and secure. Powered by Invoice Cloud, you can pay your bill 24/7 online, pay by text or phone, or sign up for autopay to avoid fees for late or missed payments. Visit bcwsa.net to sign up or for more info. That's bcwsa.net. BCWSA, proven.
You know, McCaffrey's Food Market is exceptional every day, and they are proud to serve you since 1986. They're a local hometown business. They support your community, whether it's helping flood victims or holding fundraisers for the American Cancer Society or employing our local high school students. McCaffrey's is always there. They have the finest products, prime cuts of meat, a prepared food department where everything is made fresh daily, and also a fresh seafood department. Visit McCaffrey's Food Market near you in Yardley, Newtown, New Hope, Princeton, West Windsor, Gladwin, and Doylestown. They are exceptional every day, and they are local and proud of it.
Game 1 of the 2024 season about to get underway as the captains meet at midfield. Tonight's game on WBCB brought to you by Jammer Doors and Windows, a fourth-generation local family-owned business since 1920, offering Raynor garage doors and openers. The finest garage doors and openers, they've got it at Jammer Doors, and they also carry entry doors, patio doors, and windows. Sales, service, and installation, and Jammer Doors, they do it with no subcontractors. Check out Jammer Doors at 10 North Main Street. They are open by appointment. Call 215-493-7709. Pennsbury will receive the football to get this one underway.
Yeah, one thing I'm excited for, Chris, we talked about a little bit, and a little segment coming up throughout the year, the Nolan Painting.
Nolan Painting.
I've been saying paintings. Nolan Painting, a proud sponsor coming up throughout the season. So we're going to do a Brush of Brilliance players spotlight for this Pennsbury Falcon team. One on offense, one on defense. One from the game before that had a good stat line, a good performance, something just a brush of brilliance presented by Nolan Painting with me, Gus the Bus. And, we haven't had a game yet, but looking ahead throughout this season, we're going to have somebody that we weren't really expecting who may be a big contribute for this team. So, offense and defense. Defensively, the name sounds familiar, but not on this field. Dante Ciola, there's going to be a lot of different moving parts on the defense. We talked about the defensive line, how they're going to be able to get to the quarterback, how they're going to be able to stop the rush. Chris, I wasn't able to be there, but how you talked about in the pregame or in the scrimmage, he was able to get to the quarterback. And then offensively, Rocco May, how he's going to be able to come back from this ankle injury, one of the top stars on this offensive line. I think these are two guys going forward. You're going to hear a lot throughout their names throughout the season.
And that offensive line is going to have to be big with the ground and pound. You have May at tackle, Cardasillo at center. It's going to be tough to get through those guys.
Gutkowski approaches the football, and it's going to be deep. And McGinty picks it up on the far sideline. He's up to the 15, cuts it upfield, and is dropped at the 20. And that's where the Pennsbury Falcons will get their first drive of the season underway. We welcome you into Al Erdesy Stadium as we overlook Lou Wolf Field, and Pennsbury with Henry Garlitz will get their first offensive drive of the season underway. Hey, watch the Coaches Roundtable show, video stream live every Wednesday night at 7 from Sandy's Beef and Ale. We'll be out there this Wednesday. It's brought to you by Lower Bucks Hospital. Since 1954, Lower Bucks Hospital supported the youth of our community.
I'll be on those shows with you eventually, Chris. Very exciting, those shows, getting able to get an inside look for some of these teams.
And there looked like an inside handoff, but it was a quarterback keeper. Garlitz holds on to it, and he is dropped for a loss of 1 yard.
Yeah, we talk so much about his arm and seeing about his, arm talent. Snyder showing us the good old Pennsbury, the ground and pound, gets a little read option, keeps it there. Good defensive stop, though, by the Konkrete kids.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun to say. Konkrete kids.
And just what I thought we might not be seeing a lot of, quarterback keeps.
Yeah.
That's the first play of the season. This Garlitz has him set down again. This time it's a give to Brensinger. Tries to get to the outside, up to the 21 before he gets knocked down. Tackle made by Joey High.
Gain of
Joey
two there.
High, one of the cornerbacks out there. Gain of a couple. 3rd and 8 now for the Pennsbury Falcons.
Now this is where I'm intrigued to see if maybe Snyder's going to call a play, maybe to show off Garlitz's the arm a little bit, maybe throw in a little bit of passing plays for these 3rd and longs.
It's Parada who comes in with the play for the Falcons as Garlitz sets him down and will drop back and look to pass. He's hit as he throws, and the ball a little bit too far for Connor O'Brien. Coverage out there by Devlin Shavir, and it's going to be Shavir who will drop back for the Falcons punt as their first drive stalls out, and Karamis will come on. He'll do the kicking throughout the season.
It was a good coverage just in the back end and the secondary. Jeez, I can't talk right now.
And O'Brien at tight end, you're going to see a lot of him. Chris, you were saying you saw a good amount of him in the scrimmage. That's a guy they can go to. He was on defense last year, and he is a very big human being, and he can do some damage with the ball in his hands.
Karamis gets a pretty nice bounce on that kick. It's going to go out of bounds at the 43-yard line of the Konkrete kids of Northampton High School, and so they'll get their first touch of the football, led by junior quarterback Gavin Taff, a 5'11", 175-pounder. And Taft and a lot of these Konkrete kids ended up getting some varsity experience in late game situations. They were so dominant in the EPC North that they put a lot of teams into the mercy rule, and that let some of the second stringers and some of the guys getting their start here get a little extra time as their first play goes nowhere. That's Stuhldreher on the carry, and he is just back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. A good job up front by the Falcons. And up front for the Falcons, Chris Karamis, along with Liam Davis, Andrew Dale, and Dante Ciola on the defensive line. Cornerbacks for the Falcons include Sean Beatty, Antonio Pelham, and Lamar Kamjay. And their free safety is Ryan Rucosta. And we mentioned Walker Murray, one of the linebackers, anchoring this defense. A pump fake, and the quarterback is going to tuck it and go. Taft close to a first down. We'll see where they mark it. He went out of bounds, I think, a yard short. And it will be 3rd and a yard for the Konkrete kids as they cross the 50 up to the Falcon 48. Walker Murray there getting credit with the stop. And their other linebackers include Ray Vereen as their whip and Bagley as their roving linebacker. And Konkrete kids running it on 3rd and 1. And they pick up enough to move the sticks. First down for Northampton High School.
Good job, just like pressure the defensive line, not let them get out of blocks, and just opening up holes for these Northampton running backs.
Ray Vereen there credited with the stop for Pennsbury. Three receivers in this formation for Taft. Calls for the football and gives it to Stuhldreher, and he's upended by Walker Murray. A nice play by the Pennsbury linebacker, gets penetration and blows that play up. They're lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
You're going to need that from Walker Murray, a defensive captain and one of the top dogs on that side. You're going to need him to step up this year.
Yeah, get ready to see a lot more of that from Walker Murray. When I wrote, he was the
all-league player from last year as Taft rolls to the near side. He is pressured and sacked.
There's
Brought
Murray
down
again
on the play by Walker Murray with a little help from Caden Brown.
That's a big loss there.
They rolled Taft right into the Pennsbury pressure.
Yeah, Murray and Brown were all over him. Taft had nowhere to go.
So they're looking now at a 3rd and 20. Football pushed back to their own 48-yard line. McCaffrey's game of the night on WBCB. Chris Irmer with Ben Goldstein and Gus Barber. Daniel McDevitt up top behind the camera as Taft rolls to the other side. And Bagley is there, throws the football, but Bagley was bringing him to the turf. And the pass incomplete. Great play by the sophomore linebacker, the Rover. Luke Bagley makes the play, and now 4th and long, and the Konkrete kids have to punt.
It's a strong first look from the defense. A lot of pressure on the quarterback. And another Bagley doing some damage on defense.
Name sounds familiar.
Does.
Back to receive is Brown. That was Brensinger back there, but the kick on a pretty severe angle goes out of bounds, and we'll see where they mark it. They'll say it went out of bounds at the 30-yard line. So decent field position for Pennsbury on their second drive of the night. And big thanks to all of our sponsors, including McCaffrey's Food Markets. Thanks also to BAI Security. More than securing your home or business, BAI Security, the locally owned and operated security company, offers personal service and quality security solutions. Call 215-493-1414 or visit BAInow.com. That's BAInow.com. Everybody in tight for this formation. Garlitz hands off to Hex Walker. Flag comes out as Walker pushes his way over the 35-yard line. You see Walker's strength, but I think this one may be coming back. Where that flag was thrown That looked like in the area of holding. Yeah, it looks like this one is going against the Falcons and is coming back 10 yards.
Yeah. Which was a good run for Hex Walker, showing what he can do in one run. He's a transfer from Conwell Egan, so a lot of question marks with him coming into this Pennsbury offense. That one run, though, he looked pretty good, finding holes, continuing to keep the legs moving and fight for extra yards.
As Ben said, Falcons going to be really leaning on this offensive line. It is anchored by center Rocco May. He's got A.J. Carticello on one side of him with Uriah Smart on the other side, the two guards. And then on the outside, Karamis is tackle on the one side, and on the other side, Tyler Robinson. That line flanked by Connor O'Brien at tight end, and before this next snap, the Falcons take a timeout. Timeout on the field with 7:08 to go. No score as of yet in our first game of the 2024 high school football season. Want to keep it right here to recognize some of our sponsors, including Yardley Family Haircutters, a full-service family barbershop, kids cuts, hair coloring, and shaves. Dave Wells and his family have been a part of the community for over 50 years. Yardley Family Haircutters, a town institution. Call for an appointment at 215-321-6900. That's 215-321-6900. Yardley Family Haircutters. Well, fellas, really excited to be with you again. Pennsbury football back on BCB, and each season it's a little more fun for me, a little more, I don't know, feels like it means more.
Yeah.
And got a lot of excitement, energy here to see where the Pennsbury Falcons can go throughout this season. Certainly not going to be easy for them. Tonight they start up here at Northampton, next week on the road at Quakertown before returning for their first home game of the season against Council Rock South. And then you got to go through that SOL National Gauntlet. Hand off to Hex Walker. He breaks free on the far side up to the 35 near a Pennsbury first down. They erase that holding call big time as Hex Walker busted outside, and they'll mark him out at the 38.
And that's what I'm talking about. A lot of question marks with how they're going to use Hex Walker, what he is able to bring to this team. He is only a sophomore, just like Garlett's, but 2 runs so far. The one was called back for a penalty, but those are 2 really good runs and strong runs for nonetheless. He doesn't look like a sophomore, which is the craziest part to me.
2nd and 2, and again the give to Walker, steps through one tackle, tries to turn it upfield, and he is up to the 40, which I think is going to be enough for a Pennsbury Falcon first down.
Yeah,
we'll see where they mark it as they unpile.
Weird skirmish. Hopefully he's okay. It looks like he got bent over. Walker getting up. Looks like he's a little gingerly though, but a little scary when you get those dog piles and everybody just jumping on top.
Yeah, and Hex Walker, not a tall kid. He's 5'9", but 215 as a sophomore, so he packs a punch.
I'll tell you what, he's thick out there.
Yeah, he's thick. He's short and stocky, and he's had to run with some guys on him the last few runs. That time he had a few guys on him. He eventually got taken down the dog pile when he cut it up for the 16-yard run. He had a guy hanging on him for about 5 yards, and he's tough.
1st and 10 for the Falcons. And Garlett's tries to give inside, but nothing doing in there. A nice job by the Konkrete kids, and defensively, their 2 defensive tackles in there are Gavin Grell and Eli Widener, and they kind of stuffed that thing. No opportunity for that to develop. No gain. 2nd and 10 coming up. As we get down under 6 minutes to go, first quarter action, no score between the Falcons and the Konkrete kids as Garlett's, again, they try to go inside, and it's another good job up front by the Northampton High School defense. That was Jaden Bright on that carry, and Falcons again looking at a 3rd and long situation. Same thing with their first drive. Jaden Bright had that last carry.
And the other one before that.
5 minutes and counting as Garlitz sets him down. The give to Brensinger, tries to get to the outside, and he is ridden down by Keegan Hackett, the junior linebacker, making the tackle.
Yeah, bringing some yards back from those 2 negative plays, but not enough. It's going to be 4th down, and yet to get a first down yet in this season. So, first 2 drives, though, you're still trying to iron things out.
We're just getting started.
Little opening game jitters.
Just getting started.
Yeah, and looking at a 4th and 7, they bring out Karamis, who gets into that one. End-over-end kick, fair catch, called for and made at the 27. And so that Shavir brings the football in, and Konkrete Kids 1st and 10 from their own 28. Thanks to all of our sponsors, including McCaffrey's Food Markets. This is the McCaffrey's Game of the Night. McCaffrey's exceptional every day. Thanks also to the Pennsbury Football Parents Club. They're issuing a final call for businesses to sponsor their game day program ads. Visit pensburyfootball.org/program ads.
Sponsor.
Get
Let's
with
go.
the program.
Come
Get
on.
in there.
You're not cool if you're not sponsors.
Get in the program, literally. Taff puts a man in motion, and from the gun takes the snap. He'll hand it off. Ooh. And Walker Murray grabs Stuhldreher and picks him up and sends him to the turf.
Man, Walker Murray is looking really good right now. He is, you knew he was going to need to step up and really become one of the top captains in this defense. But so far, the first 2 drives, he's really showing why he was a starter and a big contributor last year as a junior.
A great athlete, and seems like even a little stronger than last season. Comes in 6'1", 215.
Bulk
and
up,
right there,
boy.
seemed like he able to grab the running back and just
Pick him up.
a little too strong as Taft drops back, throws far side, but the pass just beyond the reach of Tymere Williams. Maybe had a step on the defender over there. In coverage was Sean Beatty.
Yeah, that was really good coverage by Beatty. He was on him. Maybe a nicer place throw does some damage, but Beatty was right there. Maybe could have got a play on the ball, but
Yeah, but with that kind of coverage, you're going to have to either overthrow it, because if you underthrow it with that kind of coverage,
it's going to be
gonna
intercepted.
Yeah, so it's a good job by the quarterback realizing if he's going to miss, you got to miss long. But it was really close.
3rd and 8 with 3:37 to go in the first quarter. Konkrete Kids roll out Ciola with pressure, and they throw it backside. Opening there and pushed out of bounds by Vereen is Stuhldreher, and it's a Northampton High School first down. Right there, taking advantage maybe of some of the Pennsbury pressure and finding an opportunity thrown away from the motion.
Because Pennsbury definitely defensive line-wise, they're just trying to get after the quarterback. So Northampton realizing it, maybe getting a little screen, doing quick actions.
They throw against the action, successful that time, and here is a handoff to Stuhldreher. Runs over one tackler and eventually is escorted out of bounds by Rue Costa. But another big pickup for the Konkrete Kids, and they're into Falcon territory at the 44-yard line. Great to be back for high school football. Want to send out congratulations to Merrill Reese, who did so much for the WBCB Sports Network, and all of us at WBCB received the Pete Rozelle Award going into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And as we get back to football, and Merrill begins his 48th season as play-by-play man for the Birds, we send out congratulations, well-deserved congratulations to Merrill on going to Canton.
Yeah, whoever, people don't realize to receive that award is a big honor. Some of the past winners for that are a lot of national coverage guys.
Like Al Michaels,
Joe Buck, Jim Nance, those kind of guys. So for a local broadcaster for one singular team to get that honor, you don't see that very often. So literally, he is a NFL Hall of Famer. He cannot deny that from Merrill Reese. An absolute legendary man ever since I got to meet him.
As I congratulate Merrill, Ben, I We're first and 15 here. I missed the
False
flag.
start. It was a false
start,
start on the offense. Looked like a lineman moved.
We got another.
I think we got a
whistle,
timeout.
Yeah, nobody deserves that honor more than Merrill Reese. 48 years with the Eagles, the voice for so many generations, so many iconic calls. Him and Harry Callis, 2 Hall of Famers in Philadelphia that were behind the mic.
Yeah, now it's official. Merrill with the Pete Rozelle Award in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. All right, timeout on the field with 3:21 to go, first quarter. Pennsbury Falcon football on the WBCB Sports Network. And thanks to DiLorenzo's The Berg Pizza, 8919 New Falls Road in Levittown, owned and operated by third-generation family member Tyler DiLorenzo. And Tyler uses the same recipes his great-grandparents did back in the 1940s in Trenton's famous Chambersburg section. Try the only original Trenton tomato pie or other gourmet pizzas, including their mustard pie, soups, fresh salads, hot sandwiches, and more. Call 215-943-2605, 215-943-2605. DiLorenzo's The Berg Pizza. They also do catering, and they make our post-game interview a little sweeter with a gift certificate for our DiLorenzo's player of the game.
Just had their pizza not long ago. Oh, man, they are so good.
It is good stuff as Taff from the gun hands the football to Xander Rickard. And Rickard weaves his way through some heavy traffic, gets up close to the 45, but they'll mark him at the 46-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like he was able to get most of the penalty yardage back, but just not enough, as they're going to say it's a 2nd and 12. But Pennsbury, they're going to have to take advantage here. You know, if you get a little bit closer, then I don't know how good Northampton's kicker is, but there's always a chance for them trying to get points on the board.
2nd and 12, and Taff hands it off. And not much there.
So, yeah, it looks like they're officially back at the old line of scrimmage, though.
That was Rickards again. And, yeah, it just gets back to the original line of scrimmage, 3rd and 10 coming up.
If someone makes a field goal, Chris, I think you got to go in honor of Merrill. It's good!
Yeah, okay. 3rd and 10 now. Falcons looking for a stop. Taft drops back, pressured, steps up through the defense, has running room. Gets past Walker Murray and eventually brought down by Beatty, but good vision there by Gavin Taft to see an opportunity to step up, tuck it, and go and pick up a Northampton High School first down with 2 minutes and counting in the first quarter.
Yeah, the D-line there just really wanted to go after the quarterback, so they really crashed really hard. Didn't worry about containment, though, as that was wide open, and Taft saw that wide open, went for it. Walker Murray just tried to get a shoestring tackle and wasn't able to get him.
There's a fake handoff, a little play action pass to Sincere Waddington. Waddington up across the 20.
Around 2nd and 1, I believe. Yeah.
I mean, that didn't look like a whole lot there, but they do pick up 9 yards, make it 2nd and 1. And that was another play where they kind of went against the action. Kind of throwing back to the other side of the field as Taff calls for the ball. And there it's Stuhldreher. And that's enough for another Konkrete kid first down. He's up to the 11-yard line.
Yeah, 1st and goal now, I believe. Oh, no, they're just outside, so they're going to be
Yeah,
they're still able to get a first down here.
Yeah, if they get it down inside the 1. But on the doorstep here, Northampton High School, Falcons looking to make a stand. Taft
Good
gives
stiff arm.
to Stuhldreher, and there's a start to that stand. Walker Murray pops up off the tackle. Ciola right there in the neighborhood as well.
Yeah,
No gain.
Yeah, I think they're giving it just back to the line of scrimmage. It looks like from the referee, they had maybe a line or maybe a yard, but might be just the point of view. Looks like they're just going to let the clock run out, though.
Yeah, Konkrete kids willing to let the last few seconds come off the first quarter clock And so we go to second quarter action in a scoreless high school football game. And the Konkrete kids deep in Pennsbury territory. And as we got a little bit of a break in the action, we'll step aside and return to Northampton High School in just a moment.
Hi, I'm Kevin Nolan from Nolan Painting. We paint over 2,500 homes a year. And as you can see in our reviews, we have lots and lots of satisfied customers. So I always say, if you're not happy, we're not happy. It's because we care so much that we provide 100% customer satisfaction. We're going to put a lot of care and effort in what we do. We're going to do a super neat and clean job. Really, that's been the secret of our success. I don't think there's a company out there that provides better customer service than Nolan Painting. Nolan Painting, improving homes and neighborhoods since 1979.
At Penn Community Bank, we're in the business of building thriving communities. That means making sure businesses like yours have the banking and lending support they need to grow. From loans to meet your needs, no matter the industry or project size, to cash flow tools that put your money to work for you every day. We know better than anyone, your success is our community success. Penn Community Bank. Here we grow. Learn more at penncommunitybank.com/business.
We start second quarter action. McCaffrey's game of the night on WBCB. McCaffrey's Food Market's exceptional every day. Chris Ermer with Ben Goldstein and Gus the Bus Barber. Daniel McDevitt up top behind the camera. Shotgun snap, and they give it to Stool Dryer, and he's got running room to the outside and goes into the end zone for a Northampton High School touchdown. The Konkrete kids strike first.
Just great blocking there by the Konkrete kids offensive line, just doing containment on the D line, not letting the linebackers get off their blocks, and that thing was wide open, an easy walk-in touchdown. I am confused. What is this?
What is going on?
This is interesting.
Well, sometimes they'll line up over here, and now they'll bring the line over typically.
There you go.
Okay. Thank you for informing us, Chris.
11:54. Or sometimes they'll run like a weird set off of that action.
Yeah.
So it is something that certainly is an unusual look as the kick is up and good. Gutkowski makes it 7-0. Northampton High School in front with 11:54 to go in the second quarter after an 11-yard touchdown from Stool Dryer.
A lot of big running gains from the Konkrete kids, and that's how they scored that touchdown, is by running through Pennsbury all the way down the field. You saw one pass play, and that was really it. A lot of good running and getting through the Pennsbury line.
And even that touchdown run, Ben, it seemed like it was a counter. Like they were taking Pennsbury's aggression and then cutting against it, and it allowed the 11-yard touchdown run. Because once Stool Dryer got to the outside, there were really no Pennsbury defenders out there.
Yep. Everyone was packed in tight.
Real tight. Good protection there.
Brensinger and McGinty back deep to receive the kick.
We're not doing the new kickoff rules in the NFL.
We're not the NFL.
Thankfully,
we're not that advanced.
not. Talk about a weird look.
Yeah.
As that one comes down to McGinty at the 11-yard line. Little stutter step, takes it up the middle across the 30-yard line.
Oh.
And Matt McGinty with the return. They'll say he only got to the 30, 1st and 10 for the Falcons from there.
Hot take, boys. Hot take. I like the new kickoff. I
That's
like
a pretty
it.
hot take.
It produces more kickouts, more people, more chance to run it, and a bigger of a chance to break one out. Before it was touchback after touchback after touchback. Now if you want to do a touchback, it's at the 30. Got to let them run it out. I like it. Hot take. I'm on that side.
All right. There's pros and cons.
Falcons from the 30 right there. Look to get off a quick snap, and Northampton got the timeout in before the play got off. So timeout on the field, 11:46 to go, second quarter. Tonight's game on WBCB. Brought to you by Jammer Doors and Windows, a 4th-generation local family-owned business since 1920, offering Raynor garage doors and openers, the finest garage doors and openers. They've got them at Jammer Doors and Windows. They also carry entry doors, patio doors, and windows. Sales and service and installation in Jammer Doors and Windows. They do their own install. They don't use subcontractors. That means fairer prices, more pride in their work. Both residential and commercial sales and service. Visit Jammer Doors and Windows at their showroom, 2850 Brunswick Avenue on Business Route 1 in Lawrenceville, and their Yardley showroom in the Grist Mill at 10 North Main Street is open by appointment. Call them up. Set up your appointment, 215-493-7709 at Jammer Doors and Windows.
Checking over in the Chamonix, they're playing Emmaus, the Hornets.
Emmaus, yes.
Emmaus, the Hornets down 7-0 to Chamonix is 11 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Well, both Neshaminy and Pennsbury trailing 7-0 as it's a handoff. Again, looking for a little inside push, and Jaden Bright forces his way forward for just a yard.
Yeah, nobody probably saw it, but Brensinger with a big block there to open up a hole. Nobody's probably, like I said, saw it because they were looking at the running back, but man, that was a big block there.
I saw someone blow up down there, but wasn't sure who it was.
Yeah, it was Brensinger blowing somebody up.
Blow him up.
So they spread him out along the line. Split end here on the near side is Matt McGinty as Garlitz sets him down. The give again to Bright. Falcons trying to soften up that middle of the field, and I mean, part of the ground and pound approach is running the football between the tackles, and if it doesn't work, you stick with it. But now a 3rd and 7 facing Pennsbury on their own 33.
Looked like Bright had to come out of the game real quick, maybe a little banged up on that last play.
In this last set, we've seen more of Bright and Brensinger. Now it's Walker in the backfield with Brensinger, and it's Walker who gets the give, and he's got it up to the 40-yard line. That's enough for a Pennsbury Falcon first down.
I'm liking what I'm seeing so far from Walker. It seems like when he comes in, the way he runs, he's a powerful runner. He finds the holes, and he makes do with the green he has.
And once he makes a call or he sees where he wants to go, very deliberate. As the Falcons with a first down up to their own 41.
And again, you wouldn't know it if you just watched him, but he's only a sophomore. He's already so big and so thick, so it's like, wow.
Hex Walker, 3 rushes tonight, already up to 28 yards in his Pennsbury debut.
He's in the backfield with Brensinger.
There he is.
And he gets the handoff. Weaving through some traffic, and the defender is going to push him forward across the 50, and that's going to be enough for another Pennsbury Falcon first down as Hex Walker picks up 10.
The Hexman.
I like that.
Get down to the 9.5-minute mark of the first half. Only touchdown, a Billy Stuhldreher, 11-yard scamper.
And you're starting to see the offense really start to find their rhythm here in this first half.
Garlitz that time pulled it out. Looking maybe for a pitch out to Brensinger, but didn't have time to get that play underway. Espen Rosario flattens the Pennsbury quarterback.
Tough. But, you're still finding the rhythm in this offensive drive here if you're Pennsbury. So don't let that one play deter you.
You can't, but it's also tough when you got that ground and pound attack. You can't afford too many negative plays. And this time it's a pitch out to Brensinger, and Zeke Spencer meets Brensinger just as he receives the pitch, and that's another Falcon loss.
That was a great read there by Spencer, realizing it was a pitch, getting through the blocker and just blowing up the ball receiver.
So great to be back with high school football on BCB. Ben mentioned the Chamonix playing Emmaus also on WBCB Sports Network tonight. Neshaminy trailing by 7. Conwell Egan Catholic in action tomorrow afternoon. That's going to be a 2 o'clock kickoff. We begin our coverage on BCB at 1:45 as Garlitz drops back to throw, has his man, but off of the hands of Walker Murray and incomplete.
He had him too. He's wide open. It was a good throw, a little high, but hit his hand. So, liking what I'm seeing. Wasn't a complete, obviously, but that was a good play and a good throw there by Garlitz for a sophomore.
And that's the kind of chemistry that develops throughout the season. Looked like the play was there, but the Falcons just couldn't capitalize. And on 4th and 14, Chris Karamis back out
but for your
to
third,
kick it away.
Your third offensive drive of the year, you're starting to really find chemistry and a rhythm there. So
nice
really
spiraling kick.
Ooh.
Fair catch called for. And Vereen is able to pick it up on the 1-yard line and throw it back into the field of play. And the officials say he did not go into the end zone. So a great job by the Pennsbury Falcons special team unit. Ray Vereen down there, able to grab the football just before crossing the line. And it's going to be a 1st and 10 from the 3.
What a cheeky play that was, man.
And great body control, not to just go that 1 additional inch. I mean, he was right there on the goal line. So now maybe the Falcons' defense can get the ball right back, and this could even be an opportunity for them to score. And the Konkrete kids recognize that, and they run a quick QB keeper, but a flag comes out.
It looks like it could be a false start, either false start or, it's going to be a false start. So they're going to get pushed back even farther to the goal line. This is not a great situation to be in if you're the Konkrete kids, but maybe just the turning point you need if you're the Pennsbury Falcons.
You'd have to put it down at the 1.5-yard line.
And with the way Pennsbury loves getting after the ball carrier and the quarterback, this could be a little dangerous for the Konkrete kids.
Taff holds it, and he's sacked in the end zone by Walker Murray. A safety for the Pennsbury Falcons, their first score of the 2024 season is a tackle of Gavin Taff in the end zone to make it 7-2 with 7:40 to go in the second quarter. And man, what a great play. Walker Murray again penetrating and then using his physicality to make the stop.
Yeah, just big time play there. Literally was just saying about how Pennsbury gets after the ball and how they're backed up in the end zone. It's going to be a problem. Very first play, they get the tackle in the end zone for a safety. Just dogs hunting after a bone there, it looked like, for the Pennsbury Falcons defense. Or I should say a falcon hunting its prey. Come on, that was good. You guys like that.
And even there, like, Walker Murray just had like the crosshairs on Gavin Taff right there. So 7-2, and now the Konkrete kids have to kick to Pennsbury. Gutkowski with it on the tee.
And Murray, the way he played last year, you knew he was a great athlete and could really just zoom throughout the field. I feel like anytime there is a ball carrier, Murray is in the vicinity. He is just running all over this place right now. Loving what I'm seeing by him.
Ball taken by Matt McGinty, crosses the 40-yard line, and he is met there. And McGinty wrestled down by Devlin Shavir. And excuse me, Rocco Amato on the stop for the Konkrete kids. 1st and 10 for the Falcons with 7:34 to go in the first half. They just get a score on defense, but they've had their struggles on offense so far, trying to figure out what's going to work against this Northampton high school team.
Yeah, we were saying how last offensive drive, Pennsbury really starting to figure something out. A good pass by Garlitz, couldn't get to complete. After that safety, you have the momentum now. Let's see if you can turn that over offensively.
There the give to Jaden Bright, tries to step out of one tackle, but swarmed by Konkrete kid defenders. They do give him 2 yards at 2nd and 8. Coming up for the Pennsbury Falcons, Sincere Waddington with the stop for Northampton.
Good job just able to get 2 yards there on that play. The Konkrete Kids defense is just like the Falcons, swarming after the ball right now. You've seen a couple good runs from Hex Walker, but really besides that, Pennsbury really still trying to figure things out.
And for the most part, Falcons having trouble opening up holes for their running backs. Ooh. The pitch goes out to Brensinger. He grabs it with one hand, has running room, turns it up the field, but he loses the football. It's fumbled, and the Konkrete Kids have it. Northampton recovering the fumble at the 46-yard line. And it's Keegan Hackett who was right there and saw that Brensinger had lost it and was the first one to get to that football. And so Konkrete Kids with it with 6:42 to go, second quarter.
I'll tell you what, though, you saw a huge hole break open there, and who was at the head of it? Senior captain Rocco May, coming back from the ankle injury, running with his running back, looking like Jason Kelsey out there trying to clear the hole. Unfortunately, he fumbled the ball, but that was looking like a big play that could have broke open.
Taff looks downfield, has his man wide open down there, and it's caught by Tymeer Williams. Williams brought down by Ray Vereen, but he's got the football inside the 10 for Northampton. First and goal for the Konkrete Kids.
Well, Pennsbury had the momentum shifting their way, and now after that fumble, now we have a huge play from Northampton. It's starting to slip back to the K-Kids' way.
Yeah, it feels like that momentum is on this near side of the field, and the Falcons have to steal it back by making a stop here. Taff with Stool Dreyer in the backfield, hands it to his tailback. Just back to the line of scrimmage. Second and goal from the 9 for Northampton.
The 46-yard throw, by the way.
Yeah, Tymeer Williams had gotten behind the Pennsbury defense, was open by 10 yards.
Who ran that last one? I missed that, adding it up.
The last carry was Stool Dreyer.
Okay. Thank you.
Who right now is on the right of Taff. Takes the shotgun snap, fakes the give, throws out to the flat. It's complete, but a quick tackle of Sincere Waddington. He does pick up a few yards. First and goal now from the 5.
Yeah, it looked like there was a chance for him to find a hole and get in the end zone, but a good job by the defense for the Falcons to really close that gap and not let him to get any gain, really. I feel like he only had like 2 yards, really, if that. So still at the 5-yard line, you have 2 chances if you're the Falcons. As long as you keep them out of the end zone at this point, this is a win.
From the 5, Taff puts a man in motion and hands the football off to Billy Stooldryer, who's into the end zone for his second score of the night. And a flag comes out. Looks like it's after the play. We'll see what this is about, but for now, Northampton extending their lead to 13-2. Looked like the flag was thrown after the play was pretty much over. I think the score is going to count. Stooldryer with his second TD. Comes with 4:44 to go, second quarter. Now 13-2, and all the scoring happening in this second quarter of action. McCaffrey's game of the night on BCB. McCaffrey's Food Markets, exceptional every day.
Long conversation right now.
Yeah, officials trying to figure out.
Maybe they're discussing what pizza they're going to get at DiDimento's the Berg after the game.
Maybe so. I think they're discussing how they're going to assess this foul, because I believe it's going to be on the kickoff.
Maybe,
and
definitely that. Maybe a little bit of the pizza.
Goes against the Konkrete Kids. And I did not see dead ball personal foul, I guess.
I'm not sure what the call was on.
I think it was on sportsmanlike conduct.
So I started thinking about pizza too.
I am getting kind of hungry.
Gutkowski trying to add one more for Northampton with 4:44 to go here before the half. Kicks out of the hold of Joe Tamaro. This team led by Coach John Toman, and they now are up 14-2. 4:44 remaining in the second quarter. Pennsbury Falcon football on WBCB. And as we come back up the field, want to invite you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine and pizza. Come back to Villa Rosa, and they have been longtime supporters of Pennsbury Falcon athletics. We thank them for all that they've done to help make our games possible on WBCB. Villa Rosa in the Edgewood Village Shopping Center in Yardley, family-owned and operated for over 30 years, a family-run restaurant offering extraordinary Italian dishes and pizza for lunch and dinner at very reasonable prices. Traditional pizzas, gourmet pizzas, plus hot and cold subs. They have sandwiches, wraps, burgers, and more. Dinner entrees including fresh seafood, specialty pasta dishes, chicken and veal, plus a special kids menu. BYOB, eat in or take out, and Villa Rosa caters. Villa Rosa open Monday through Thursday from 10 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. They're in the Edgewood Village Shopping Center near McCaffrey's at 661 Heacock Road. I mentioned the Pennsbury Falcons, Quakertown, and Council Rock South in their 3 non-league games before they get into the SOL National schedule, including Penridge, CB East, South, and West, and then they'll play North Penn and Abington before wrapping up against Neshaminy. Kickoff to Matt McGinty. McGinty up to the 35-yard line, and there a trio of Northampton High School tacklers bring him down. Sets the Falcons up, I think maybe with about their best field position here in the game.
Yeah, this was around the same spot where they received that punt after the safety, but near the 50-yard line is as good as you're going to get some days, so you got to really start figuring out a rhythm in this offense. Last drive, it looked good. You looked like you had a really big play. When the fumble happened, a big key thing with that offense last year was the ball security, so it's not exactly what you want to see to start the game, but there's a lot of time left.
Garlitz hands off to Brensinger, so after the fumble, they go right back to Brensinger, and he crosses the 40 up to the 41-yard line, picks up 3 for the Falcons on first down. Konkrete kids will get the football first in the third quarter, and it feels like that puts added significance on this drive for the Falcons as we get down to the 4-minute mark of the first half.
Pennsbury could really use an offensive score in this first half, and if they want to do it, it may have to be now.
Little delay and a nice run there. Following blockers is Hex Walker, refusing to go down.
Wow.
Picks up a first down up to midfield and still fighting for more as he's finally upended.
I'm liking what I'm seeing right now from Hex Walker. I really am.
I mean, how can you not?
Eli Widener, one of the guys there with the stop. Falcons now with a 1st and 10.
I mean, he's at 5 rushes. He's nearing 50 yards already.
And that was the play where his individual effort showed, a lot of positive stuff there. Another handoff to Hex Walker, but the play blown dead. And
False
Gus,
start on the play.
A little early motion for the Falcons. Well, this is, you're taking 2 steps forward and 3 steps back for the Falcons. They get a little something going, and then Brensinger coughing up the football, a costly fumble on their last drive. And here they get a nice run by Hex Walker. They move the football across the 50, and then a false start. Now they're
shooting yourself in the foot.
making it tougher.
Every time you try to get something going, you're just 1 step forward, 2 steps back.
Let's make it easy.
Please.
Here. 1st and 15. Garlitz pitches to Brensinger. Brensinger running room on the near side up to the 45 of Northampton before he dives down and brings up a That's a nice pickup there. 2nd and 5.
Yeah, that's a really good pickup, especially when you were 1st and 15.
Pick up the penalty yardage and more. And when they can get Brensinger in space, he really is showing that he can be electric.
So I just saw a room next to us turn the lights on, so I'm wondering how we turn our lights on. Oh, there we go. Chris, the main man with the lights.
Handoff again to Brensinger, this time up to the 40-yard line.
Very close on the first down.
Yeah, a yard shy.
Brensinger's now up to 20 yards through 7 rushes.
Looking good from both Brensinger and Walker. You know, obviously this Pennsbury team loves to do a running back by committee. You saw a lot of different names last year, and so far you've seen those two guys really do the bulk of the good performance. I think you got Walker Murray in there right now too.
Walker Murray out on the wing. The give goes to Walker. Walker bangs into a defender. Spin move, stays on his feet down to the 15, 10-yard line before he is forced out of bounds at the 9. 1st and goal for the Pennsbury Falcons with 1:35 to go, 2nd quarter.
The Hex Man is showing out right now, showing what he can do. You know, there's a lot of rumors with him coming over from Egan. What can he do? What can he show? Man, he's showing out for this team right now.
It's a 52-yard run. He's now up to 97 yards tonight.
And we're seeing that he is not a guy who's going to go down with an arm tackle or at first contact. Doing a good job of keeping those feet going.
And I think they're at the 10-yard line exactly, so it's going to be a 1st and goal, I believe.
The 9.
1st and goal for the Falcons. Timeout on the field with 1:35 to go in the first half. Yeah, because all of the Central Bucks games are at Pennsbury, we're going to be able to do the entire schedule this season on WBCB.
Very exciting.
In years past, CB East or CB South sometimes wouldn't be able to
accommodate us,
allow us to get up there and have a spot for us or whatever.
Yes.
So looking forward to the whole thing coming your way on BCB with CB East, CB South, and CB West are all at home back-to-back weeks right in the middle of the season. So that's good.
Yeah, a little tough that they're all back-to-back-to-back, but the benefit is that they're all home. So you really get, you know, people don't want to talk about it, don't know how much of it is, but home field advantage is a big thing. You don't have to travel. You're at your home place. You can really sell out the crowd. That's going to be a big deal for these Falcons this year who are really trying to get revenge against some of those CB teams.
Again, big thanks to Villa Rosa Pizza for sponsoring tonight's game as Garlitz sets them down and they get ready to go. 1st and goal from the 9. The give to Walker. He lost the football.
I think they got it.
And Northampton is saying that they recovered, and it is the Konkrete kids who come up with the loose ball. Turnovers kill, and that's the 2nd Pennsbury fumble. And this one really painful as you got a 1st and a goal to go situation, the deepest penetration for Pennsbury's offense throughout the night, and they give it right back. And with 1:30 to go, I imagine the Konkrete kids maybe going to try to put together a 2-minute package or just be satisfied here with being up.
Well, the last time they were near this kind of zone, they received a safety last time, so they're going to have to at least not get negative yardage here this far back in your own territory. But if you're Pennsbury, you're going to try to go after them just like you did last time.
They start from their own 7, and the give is to Stuhldreher. And Stuhldreher up near the 15-yard line. They'll say he was brought down at the 13, a 6-yard pickup. Meanwhile, the 2nd quarter clock runs down close to the minute mark. Pennsbury Football Parents Club issuing a final call for business sponsorships in their game day program ads. Details at pennsburyfootball.org/program ads. Also, check out the first home game, September the 6th. Support the team, buy apparel, and enjoy their concessions. Go Falcons. Taff from the gun, allowing as much clock to run off as possible. I think he's looking for the back judge and finally has just a few seconds left on the play clock and gives to Stuhldreher. And he's brought down with a half minute to go. Picks up another Northampton High School first down. Ray Vereen making the tackle, and that might be the last play of the half. First and 10 for Northampton. You see Taff.
Be smart for them to just go in the half.
Yeah, he's signaling over to the sideline that they're not going to do anything unless the last few seconds come off the clock and we reach halftime with Northampton High School on top of Pennsbury 14-2 in the McCaffrey's game of the night. We'll step aside and return. We have some halftime stats for you. We'll recap first half scoring and get you ready for second half action and talk about more of what we're going to be doing throughout this season on the WBCB Sports Network. Coming back here to Northampton High School in just a moment.
The Peruzzi Automotive Group on Business Route 1 in Fairless Hills is looking for auto techs, all skill levels. Here's a chance to work for a locally owned family business that offers many benefits. For more information, call the service director, John Damarotis, at 215-943-6200. That's 215-943-6200, or visit any Peruzzi service department.
You know what's brilliant? Boring. Think about it. Boring is the unsung catalyst for bold.
What straps bold to a rocket and hurtles it into space? Boring does.
Great job, Astro persons. Over.
Boring is the jumping off point for all the unboring things we do. Boring makes vacations happen, early retirement's possible, and startups start up.
Because it's smart, dependable, and steady. All words you want from your bank. Taking chances is for skateboarding and gas station sushi, not banking. That's why PNC Bank strives to be boring with your money. The pragmatic, calculated kind of boring.
Moving to Boca?
Boring.
That was a dolphin, right?
It's simple, really. For nearly 160 years, PNC Bank has had one goal: to be brilliantly boring with your money, so you can be happily fulfilled with your life. Which is pretty unboring if you think about it.
Thank you, boring.
You are more than just a heart patient. St. Mary's Center's teams get to know you, which can help them diagnose a problem and start treatment faster. St. Mary's cardiovascular team offers the latest imaging and device technology, testing and surgical procedures you'd expect from a national health system with the personal touch you want from local experts. They know the importance of seeing the person behind the patient. Let St. Mary help you live a healthier life. Puss and Boots Tavern on Trenton Road in Fairless Hills is better than ever. Sit down, relax on their outdoor patio, and try their award-winning burgers and sandwiches. Visit their takeout store for all of your favorite takeout. And it's not just food. You can also stock up on beers, soda, cigar, snacks, and a variety of convenience items. Call 215-295-8236 to place your order or have them host your next party or affair. Get out and enjoy the summer weather today at Puss and Boots Tavern.
Your day-to-day life is hectic between having to pick the kids, make dinner, the countless other tasks that you got to get done. Rob's Automotive and Collision is there to make your life a whole lot easier. Make sure you take advantage of their spacious waiting rooms, the large flat-screen TVs, complimentary coffee and muffins, and free Wi-Fi. So even when you do have to stop, Rob's is there to make you feel right at home. Give Rob's a call today at 215-826-9200 for any of your auto repair needs.
No flash, just work. That's what Perry Warren, your state representative for the 31st District, does in Harrisburg. Perry Warren brings home results that help the people of Lower Makefield, Newtown, Upper Makefield, and Yardley, and our Pennsbury and Council Rock school districts. Perry works with both Democrats and Republicans to write and pass legislation that improves everyday life here at home. He wrote and introduced the bill that ended child marriage in Pennsylvania. Perry is a leader on gun safety legislation and authored bills to reduce flood insurance costs and environmental waste. No flash, just work. That's Perry Warren.
Proceeding paid for by Perry Warren for state representative.
Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to traditional Italian cuisine at the Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road in Ewing Township. You'll always feel welcome at the Revere. It's like stepping back in time where you feel like you're dining in South Philly or New York's Little Italy. Start your meal with complimentary Hoboken bread. Choose from a menu featuring fresh seafood dishes, succulent steaks and chops, or homemade pasta dishes. You can even eat at the bar. The Revere is open 7 days for lunch and dinner. Private room available for special affairs, plus catering. For reservations, call 609-882-6365. At 609-882-6365. Come home to traditional Italian cuisine. The Revere Restaurant, 802 River Road, Ewing Township.
Welcome back to Northampton High School. The Konkrete Kids in front of the Pennsbury Falcons at halftime, 14-2. The Falcons getting their lone score on a Walker Murray safety. And right now we're going to try to share the performance of the Northampton Marching Band with you. The Pennsbury Falcon Marching Band didn't make the trip here. It was a bit of a road trip, hour and a half up here to Northampton, PA. And so looking forward to sharing their performances with you throughout the season. But here is the Marching Band for Northampton High School at halftime with the Konkrete Kids up 14-2. All right, the Northampton High School Marching Band doing their thing at halftime with the football team up 14-2 over the Pennsbury Falcons. Mentioned Pennsbury's only score coming off of a safety from Walker Murray. Game with 7:40 to go in the second quarter. And other than that, a couple of touchdown runs for the Konkrete kids. They really set themselves up nicely just outside the 10-yard line in the first quarter. And then the first play, when we got back to it in the second quarter, was a give to Stuhldreher, and he goes in from 11 yards out, makes it 7-0 at that time. Walker Murray gets the Falcons a little bit closer with the safety, but it was another Stuhldreher touchdown run coming with 4:44 to go before halftime. He takes it in from 5 yards out, and part of that drive also was a great touchdown throw from Taff over to Williams, who got behind the Pennsbury defense. And I think, Ben, you mentioned that was like a 40-yard throw, a big pickup there to set up the Konkrete kids, and then Stuhldreher puts it in the end zone for his second TD. 14-2 is where we're at after one half of football.
Yeah, and for Pennsbury, the leading rusher is Hex Walker. 7 rushes, 97 yards. It'd be an incredible game if it weren't for that fumble that he had in the red zone on their last drive, but he's had a great debut. Jaden Bright has had 5 rushes, not many yards, but Jordan Brentzinger has had a good night, 7 rushes, 20 yards. He also had a fumble, but for Northampton, it's been great. Almost they're off around the board. Gavin Taft, 3 for 5 passing, 57 passing yards. He was tackled in for that safety, though. And then Billy Stuhldreher, 11 rushes, 70 yards, 2 TDs, 1 for 11 yards, 1 for 5. What a night he is having in opening night of high school football.
And it will be Northampton High School to get the football first. When we get back to it, Pennsbury will kick off to start the third quarter. Again, the Pennsbury Football Parents Club issuing a final call for business sponsorships in their game day program ads. More details available, pensburyfootball.org/program-ads. Also join them for the first home game coming up September the 6th. Next week we go to Quakertown. That is a Thursday night match between those two schools, and then we get back to Friday night action on September the 6th when the Falcons host the Golden Hawks of Council Rock South. And the Pennsbury Football Parents Club encouraging you to support the team, buy apparel, enjoy concessions. Go Falcons. In other action on WBCB, Neshaminy with a 14-7 lead now over Emmaus. Rob Gilmore with the call of that one. And don't forget, if you miss any of the action tonight, you can read all about it in tomorrow's Trentonian. For your complete local and national news 7 days a week, it's the Trentonian, or online at trentonian.com. The only newspaper that serves Bucks, Burlington, and Mercer County 7 days a week. It's the Trentonian. All right, so finally we get a half of football to talk about. And the Falcons, some good things, some bad things. Basically, as we heard from Daniel McDevitt, who's behind the camera up top here, high above Lou Wolf Field, ball control. You got to protect the football, and the Falcons really, those 2 turnovers, the big difference so far tonight, Ben.
Yeah, the one with Walker just seemed to kind of pop out of his hands. Not sure what happened down there, but big pile of Konkrete kids jumped on that one, and then the Brentzinger one, he was crossing the field. Rocco May gave him a huge block, and the ball was stripped right out of his hands. Konkrete kids once again jumped on top of it, so got to control the football a little better, not let it get stripped, not let it pop out of your hands, and maybe Pennsbury's leading in this game.
And anytime you give up the football, it's a big deal, but when you're in a goal-to-go situation, that hurts. And Brentzinger, he was streaking down the field and had a full head of steam and just lost the football. So Falcons need to do a better job of holding on to the rock. And Hex Walker was definitely a bright spot, Gus. We saw his toughness, and also a good burst. Picks up 97 yards. That's an impressive half of football for a sophomore.
Yeah, really impressive. Like we said, he is a sophomore, but he doesn't look like a sophomore. He is really like big for a sophomore. So you really hit him. He hits the holes when he gets hit by a defender. He really keeps the legs going. Heck, he's got 97 yards, but he's only got 7 rushes, so he's averaging 13.8 yards a carry. So anytime he grabs a rock, it's almost a first down every time. So only 7 rushes, but I wouldn't be surprised if Pennsbury tries to feed him a little bit more, liking what I'm seeing from him. And
I wish we still had Levittown Lanes as sponsors of Pennsbury Athletics. I wish Levittown Lanes was still around, but Hex Walker almost has like a bowling ball style, right? You hear that, like he bangs off guys. He's got he doesn't go down right away. So I don't know.
He's got a running style that is meant perfectly for this Snyder offense.
Well, if you're looking for creative food dishes, beautiful river views in a down-to-earth American cafe, check out Charcoal BYOB. Overlooking the Delaware Valley, overlooking the Delaware River in Yardley. Their food is locally sourced and seasonally inspired. Bring a bottle of your favorite wine. Enjoy exceptional cuisine created by executive chef brothers Mark and Eric Plesha. Charcoal open Wednesday through Sunday for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. For more info and their menu, you can visit charcoalbyob.com. That's Charcoal BYOB on River Road overlooking the Delaware in Yardley. Oh, man, we had a big conversation coming up here about Junior's Car Wash. Everybody's going to Junior's. Yes. Gus went through the car wash 3 times just to see the light show.
4 times.
Junior's Express Car Wash.
Could be a five.
On the corner of New Falls Road and Hood Boulevard, right near Pennsbury. Sponsors of tonight's game. One of the best car washes in Bucks County. Early bird specials. You buy 5 washes, you get 1 free. Join their rewards club and get a free $20 car wash. Always free vacuums at Junior's Express Car Wash. That's where they got the Fox on the side of the building.
Yeah, and
that's Junior.
They give you microfiber cloths that you can grab to really help dry off your car, make it look neat. Vacuums on each side. You need it on the left side, you need it on the right side, you need it in the back. Their vacuums, they'll suck it up. Pause.
Proud to support the Falcons. Open Monday through Saturday, 7 to 8 at the corner of New Falls Road and Hood Boulevard, 2270 Bristol, Oxford Valley Road in Levittown. Again, Junior's Car Wash. All right.
Great vacuums. Got all the dog hair out of my car. We was talking coming up. I have a lot of dogs and a lot of
I'm just a little worried about Ben's reaction to, I don't know what, you said something.
I don't know what he's laughing at either. This kid and his shenanigans trying to get me in trouble. But
Man, we're having fun. Love the crew here. Thanks to Daniel McDevitt for being along with us. He's working the camera.
He's all right.
Ben doing our stats, and he'll be with us throughout the season with post-game interviews. And want to thank Brian Rogers. He's not up here in the broadcast booth, but he is proud to serve our community at Yardley Pharmacy. And Yardley Pharmacy making portions of tonight's game possible. They're at 175 South Main Street in Yardley. Brian is a hometown community leader and a pharmacist who will go out of his way to help his customers. He'll make sure you understand everything about your medications, answer any of your questions, including insurance questions. Yardley Pharmacy, owned by Brian Rogers, and no one is going to give you better service than an owner-operated business like Yardley Pharmacy. Avoid the big chains. Stay local with people who are there every day and know you. Yardley Pharmacy offers medical equipment to 175 South Main Street, Yardley. They're open Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 6:30. Saturdays open 9 to 2, and delivery is available as well, thanks to Kramer's Bakery in Yardley. Baking things great since 1946. Handmade baked goods, made fresh daily on the premises. Kramer's features custom cakes, dessert cakes, real fruit. They do cheesecakes, Danish, pastry, and their own fresh donuts. They do the muffins and more, including fresh bread and rolls. Kramer's Bakery. They also have dessert trays, which they're perfect for the office, corporate event, gifts. Breakfast trays as well available at Kramer's. They do cookie trays and more. Kramer's Bakery, 14 East Afton Avenue in Yardley. Open Mondays from 9 to 6, Tuesdays from 7 to 7, Sundays open 7 to 6. And remember, everything is baked fresh right on the premises.
Got me hungry now. Cheesecake? Oh.
All right, we get back to it. Pereira approaches the football and gets into that one. He's got a good leg and sends the returner all the way back to the 1-yard line. Up across the 20-25 come Northampton.
Angelo Pereira continues to be that guy, either kicking field goals, extra points, or just kicking the ball off. And that was another good one.
Zeke Spencer sets up Northampton with a 1st and 10. They'll mark it at the 26-yard line. Couple of touchdown runs for Billy Stuhldreher. The difference in tonight's game is quarterback Gavin Taff puts a man in motion, takes the shotgun snap, and gives on the jet sweep to Ashton Green. Green across the 35. That's close to a Northampton first down. And I think that is going to be a first down. It is 1st and 10 for the Konkrete Kids. Again, Northampton moving this season from the EPC North, where they were 2023 champs, back to the EPC South, where, like the SOL National, just a gauntlet of great teams each and every week. Again, motion man. Instead, they give on the counter to Stuhldreher. Dreher upended by Walker Murray. And also in on the stop is Liam Davis. Brings up 2nd and 8. Just back underway, 3rd quarter. McCaffrey's game of the night on WBCB. First game of our 2024 high school football season. Neshaminy and Emmaus also in action right now. We'll have Conwell Egan Catholic tomorrow afternoon with a 2 o'clock kickoff. Play action. Taff rolling, has his man, completes the pass. Tymere Williams with the catch, turns it upfield for a couple more. And actually, I guess they marked him out of bounds right where he caught it, which is a yard short.
Yeah, it looked like it was good coverage, too, there by Sean Beatty of Pennsbury. Just when he went to go cut to follow the receiver, slipped a little bit, and that was enough separation for the receiver to get open. But all in all, it was good coverage to begin with.
And a quick stop, which brings up a 3rd and 1 with 11:05 to go, 3rd quarter, first drive of the second half.
I thought for sure he got the first down.
He must have turned it up right out of bounds. There is Stuhldreher. He's got a first down, continues to push. He's across the 50.
Helmet play off.
And he lost his head, but picks up a Konkrete Kid first down.
Call him Boba Fett. Or is it Jenga Fett? Which one?
I don't know.
Jenga Fett, he was the dad.
You lose your hat like that, you kind of come over to the sidelines. So no Stuhldreher for this play, but Northampton moving the football here. Picking up some big chunks of yardage against this Pennsbury defense as we get back to it. 3 receivers here for Taft. The snap is low. Picking it up off the turf is Stuhldreher. No. Sorry about that. That was Spencer.
Xander Rickert on the carry.
Whoops, sorry, Rickert. One more. Xander Rickert.
Come on, Chris.
I'll get it. Second down, 8 to go for Northampton High School. Had a little sticky traffic getting up here, but takes maybe about an hour and 20 minutes from the Fairless Hills area. As Taft dropping back, looking downfield, and completes the pass. Sincere Waddington makes the grab, and a big shoulder knocks him right to the turf at the 15-yard line. But another big pickup for the Konkrete Kids. They're in the red zone with 9:46 to go, 3rd quarter.
Yeah, big game there by Waddington, but gets popped at the end as I'm not sure who was.
It was Antonio Pelham with a huge blow-up.
Hit there.
Now the give goes to Stuhldreher on the counter. He avoids one tackler, cuts it upfield inside the 10-yard line to the 8.
Absolutely shook him. He was shook.
Yeah, the outside guy was there to keep contained, and Stuhldreher just cut it right upfield, kind of a lightning quick cut. 2nd and 3 from the 7. Again, Stuhldreher up to the 5-yard line, fights his way forward to the 4. And that's going to be a goal-to-go situation. Konkrete kids with it down to the 4-yard line. So they pick up a fresh set of downs and continue to push closer to the goal line. Taff from the gun drops the football. A muffed exchange, but Taff able to fall on the mistake.
And that's the second low snap and almost second costly turnover for this Konkrete kids offense. Thankfully, the first one able to recover and handle the ball off. That one just able to drop and get on it.
I mean, still a lot of football left in this one, but that's the kind of break the Falcons kind of need right now. Junior quarterback Gavin Taff has his instructions. 2nd and goal, throws to the corner, and it is caught for a touchdown. Tymere Williams with the grab. The defense was there for Pennsbury. On the coverage was Sean Beatty, but that one was just placed into a small little window right in the corner of the end zone. A great throw from Gavin Taff to make it 20-2 with 7:42 remaining in the 3rd quarter.
Put it right in the breadbasket.
Yeah, you can't place that ball much better. He's now over 100 passing yards today.
100 passing yards, and now his first passing TD in this 2024 season.
2 of his 6 completions have been major gains. One was 40, 50 yards, another one 30, 40 yards.
Gutkowski adds the extra point with 7:42 to go, 3rd quarter. And the Konkrete kids extend their lead. It's 21-2. After the Taff touchdown strike to Tymere Williams. And as we come back up the field, want to let you know that portions of today's game made possible by the Trentonian. Read about tonight's game in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. Outstanding local and national sports coverage that you can count on 7 days a week. It's all in the pages of the Trentonian. And more than securing your home or business, BAI Security, the locally owned and operated security company, they offer personal service and quality security solutions, including security services for your pets. BAI Security, that's for you, Gus. You got to secure those 6 dogs over there.
Oh my God!
They need their own security system from
do.
BAI. You can call 215-493-1414. Visit BAInow.com. You can set that stuff up so you can see what your dogs are doing when you're not at home. Kickoff down to the 5-yard line, and that is Lamar Kamjay on the return, up across the 30, close to the 35. And that's where the play is blown dead, and the Falcons will take over 1st and 10.
I think more importantly, cheerleaders are throwing shirts right now.
Oh my God, the most important thing. Out of the hands.
Lamar Kamjay, another one of these guys who's part of the youth movement, another super sophomore that I think they're going to be exciting to watch what he is able to do from the defensive backfield, potentially working himself in as a kick returner.
There's a lot of underclassmen on this team, so they're going to have a lot of time to find chemistry, evolve in this team, and just really get a lot of playing time.
It just seems like Kamjay is a guy who's an athlete that the Falcons coaching staff trusting him more in open spaces. And
False
a whistle, false start on the Falcons. Yes. So we go from 1st and 10 on the 35, 1st and 15 now on the 30. Yeah, BAI Security set up the security systems for your home, your business, or your pets. 215-493-1414. That's 215-493-1414. Visit BAInow.com. That's BAInow.com. Thanks to all of our sponsors for making portions of tonight's game possible. 1st and 15, Garlitz gives the football to Brensinger. Brensinger looking for running room, cuts it upfield across the 40 to the 45-yard line, or not quite 45. They'll mark him at the 44, but that's a 15-yard pickup and a Pennsbury Falcon first down.
On a
but
flag after the play.
Yeah, the flag comes flying.
Looks like after the play, so don't know if it's going to be on Northampton or Pennsbury.
But likely something was said or a gesture.
Celebration could be on Brensinger, maybe getting pumped up a little after the play. Not sure exactly, though.
We saw like unsportsmanlike earlier. And
here we go.
It is a dead ball foul. Unsportsmanlike on the Pennsbury Falcons.
So it's going to be a first down, but they don't really gain too much gainage on the field as they're going to be
lose field position, but they gain downs. They gain reps at least.
It's a double entendre. You were already back there. You got the first down. You get the penalty, so it's another first down pretty much in the exact same spot where you're at.
Right now it seems like the story of the night, the Falcons coughing up a couple of fumbles and then hurting themselves with penalties, some false starts, and
one step forward, 2 steps back.
Self-inflicted wounds.
Yeah.
A costly, unsportsmanlike assessed to the Falcons, pushes them back inside their own 30-yard line. And now timeout on the field with 7:04 to go. Konkrete Kids in front, 21-2. Again, thanks to DiLorenzo's, the Berg Pizza at 8919 New Falls Road in Levittown. Stay with us for our post-game interview. Our player of the game will get a gift certificate to DiLorenzo's. And Tyler DiLorenzo, he uses the same recipes his great-grandparents did back in the 1940s in Trenton's famous Chambersburg section. I mean, the pizza is outstanding there. Try the only original Trenton tomato pie. They have the gourmet pizzas. Do you ever do the mustard pie?
Absolutely not.
I want to give that a try.
I'm not a big mustard guy, only if it's honey mustard.
They got soups, fresh salads, hot sandwiches, homemade pasta dishes, all at DiLorenzo's. Call, eat in, take out. They'll have it ready for you, 215-943-2605, 215-943-2605, DiLorenzo's, the Berg Pizza. They also do catering for all affairs. DiLorenzo's in the Vermilion Square, 8919 New Falls Road in Levittown. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 8:30 p.m. Fridays and Saturdays open till 9. Sundays open noon to 8:30. DiLorenzo's closed Mondays. As we get back to it now after the timeout, Falcons with a 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. Garlitz rolling to the near side, looking downfield, tries to turn it upfield. But the Konkrete Kids defense converge on him. Sincere Waddington bringing him down.
A lot of running around just for 1 yard.
Makes it 2nd and 9.
As Benjamin looking up what a mustard tomato pie is.
It has spicy brown mustard on it.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
I feel like we've been talking about this pizza for so long. We got to have a group experiment.
Yeah,
and try this mustard
I'm
pie.
with you, Ben.
Not with mustard pie.
Maybe when Pennsbury's home, we'll get the mustard pie.
Okay. Maybe we can get it delivered.
Ooh.
Oh, that's Jaden Bright right up the gut. And they've been trying to soften up that middle of the Klondike Kid defense all night long. They finally get a quick hitter, and they'll give him 10 yards and a Falcon first down.
He went
right through the going.
Yeah, right down the pipe of the field down there, and found a hole and got it.
That's what can be so frustrating about this ground and pound and wing tee approach. It looks like there's nothing doing, but you still have to stick with it because over time you're slowly wearing down the opposition.
Yeah.
And we'll see if the Pennsbury Falcons can get something going on this drive. Handoff to Brensinger, tries to get to the outside, steps through one tackle, but that slows him down, stays on his feet and pushes his way forward to the 45 before getting pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, it looks like he picked up around 5 there. Good fight and a lot of contact from a bunch of different defenders there, but just keeping the legs going and fighting for those yards.
They'll mark him out of bounds at the 45. Spencer credited with the stop for Northampton. 2nd and 5 for Pennsbury from the 44. Again, next week we're on the road as the Falcons take on Quakertown. That's going to be a Thursday night game, and then Pennsbury at home against Council Rock South for their first home game, September the 6th. They'll take on the Golden Hawks.
Oh, not sure what's going on here.
Big thanks to Puss in Boots Tavern for all their support of Pennsbury Falcon Athletics, 942 Trenton Road, including hosting the Pennsbury Falcon preview show. Here the handoff goes to Bright, and Bright met at the line of scrimmage by Keegan Hackett. And the junior wrestles Bright down right where he meets him. Actually, Bright fights for a yard. And the Falcons now looking at 3rd and 3. Football on their own 36.
Yeah, and where they are field position, I won't be too surprised if they get to a 4th down that Coach Snyder goes for it.
Yeah, especially if they can get to the other side of close to that 50-yard line. Garlitz hands the football off to Walker, and Walker gets about a yard and then is met right in the hole with authority.
Yeah, about a 4th and 2 now to get this first down, and it looks like the offense is staying out there.
Yeah, I like that call here in this third quarter. About 4:30 left to go. You're trying to make something happen on offense. What better way to do it than go for it on 4th and try and get it?
And that was Billy Stuhldreyer with that hit right there. So making his presence known both on offense and defense. And the Falcons take a timeout with 4:10 to go in the third quarter, trailing Northampton High School 21-2. I want to thank all of our sponsors tonight. And they're with us throughout the season, including the Trentonian. Read about tonight's game in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. Hey, we got to put this out there. The Pennsbury Football Parents Club issuing a final call for business sponsorships in their game day program ads. Get your business's name out there. More info and details at pennsburyfootball.org/program ads. And also join the first home game September 6th. Support the team, buy the apparel, enjoy the concessions, go Falcons, and always support the orange and black. Kind of unusual here tonight. We have a battle of 2 orange and black teams.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen another high school that wears orange and black. But hey, and in that Pennsbury program book, your ad can join Philly Sports Sports ad. Go phillysportsports.com for all Philly sports, everything. Ran by yours truly.
All right, so the Falcons going for it on 4th down.
Big call here.
I mentioned they got the football close to midfield, so
the way they've been running the ball, you would be able to. You would think that they would be able to pick up 2 yards.
Everybody in tight, Bright in the backfield. No, that's Walker, and the give is to Walker, and ball comes out, fumbles the football.
Pennsbury's on top of it.
Received it, but
Looks like the Falcons got it, but I think they're going to pick it up at the 48, and they needed to get it to the 49. It's going to be very close. Where the far side judge is marking it, it's at the 49-yard line. Well, they're calling it 1st and 10 for the Panthers, but like where they're, okay, now they're marking the football actually at the 48, not the 49, which would mean the Falcons were come up just a few feet short. Almost got a fortunate bounce as Walker fumbles the football. And I thought they might have picked up another yard. So 1st and 10 now. Taff calls for the football. Pressure. They set up a little screen looking for Stuhldreher. And a little too much on that, a little too high. Incomplete. Stops the clock with just under 4 to go.
Yeah, and if he was able to complete that, that could have been for a big gain because there was a lot of green grass ahead of him and a couple linemen downfield ready to block for him.
And we saw that same play work for Northampton in the first half. They try to go back to it and can't get the completion. 2nd and 10. Man in motion. They fake the jet sweep. Give to Stuhldreher. And eventually he is dropped by Liam Davis. Good pursuit from that defensive tackle position to make the stop. 3rd and 4 here for Northampton. Falcons still time to turn this thing around, but you got to get a stop on this drive. And I mean, you need
to score quickly.
A quarter of football plus in order to try to mount this comeback, I think. Also factor in the fact that Pennsbury has a ground and pound, an offense takes a little while to score sometimes. 3rd and 4, Stuhldreher gets the give up the middle. He needed 3, he picks up 5 as Billy Stuhldreher to the 38-yard line. And the Konkrete kids keep the clock moving.
Stuhldreher now over 100 yards on the night through 17 rushes.
We heard that he was related at halftime to one of the 4 horsemen of Notre Dame way back when. And he is on his horse tonight with a couple of TDs.
Oh, yeah.
Motion man gets the give. Green trying to get to the corner. Not so fast, says Andrew Dale. Ciola also over there. Rickert that time, 2nd and 9. Konkrete kids on this drive and in the second half, controlling the clock. Taff looks to the sideline. Got 4 receivers in this set and will look to take to the air. Throwing the football and has his man. It's complete to Tymere Williams. Another great catch. I wasn't sure he was able to keep those feet in bounds.
It looked like one of his feet was out, but we're up here, so the referee does have a better advantage.
Officials right on top of it say it's a completed pass and another big hookup.
30-yard pass now. That's his 3rd long one of the game, and now it's another 1st and goal situation.
Taft to Williams. He has some big pickups with that duo. Here the snap. That time to Taff.
Antonio Pelham on the stop.
And was that Taff?
Yeah, I think it was a keeper.
Yeah, but that's not the right number.
So it was not Taff.
That is Aiden Hess right now in there as QB. He's got Stanchak on his side, and it's another direct snap to Hess. The Falcons' Antonio Pelham busts up that play. Third and 9 for the Konkrete kids.
This could be a big boost for Pennsbury if you're able to at least halt them from going into the end zone.
And for the Falcons, for any high school football team or football team at this point in the season, every play is an opportunity to learn, to strive to get better throughout the season. And a stop here by Pennsbury, again, just lifts them up, gives them more motivation. Even if you don't get the W tonight, you can look back at that in film study and say, hey, this is what we did. We can take this into the Quakertown game. 28 seconds on the third quarter clock. Timeout on the field. And we want to remind you to watch the Coaches Roundtable show, video streamed live every Wednesday night at 7 from Sandy's Beef and Ale, brought to you by Lower Bucks Hospital since 1954. Lower Bucks Hospital has supported the youth of our community. Thanks to Lower Bucks for supporting that Coaches Roundtable show. Looking forward to getting back there, hanging out with Dave and Jane and all the coaches and players that join us, and having a little roast beef sandwich, Gus.
I'll tell you what, those sandwiches are spectacular. I like that the turkey one with the gravy.
Oh, yeah.
That was a good one.
Give me a little roast beef and a provolone. It's good stuff.
Piece of provolone?
Yeah, I'm intrigued to see if I'm going to be on that first roundtable show with you. I'm excited for that.
Some word from the man above, Dan McDevitt, on camera, reviewed the footage, and his foot was in on that 30-yard connection.
Wow, that was a
heck
of a catch. Good job for Daniel to look back on that for us.
We need a replay software.
That's way above our pay grade.
3rd and 9 for Northampton High School. Taff throws into the end zone, has his man, and tapping the feet. It's out of bounds is the call.
Yeah. It was close, but from what I saw with my binoculars, or Gus's binoculars that I'm using, looked like only 1 foot got in.
Going to bring out the field goal unit on a 4th and 9. I think they're going to try to add 3 with Gutkowski.
And for Pennsbury, in that situation, you'll take 3.
Yeah, Ben mentioned, and Gus mentioned it actually earlier in the game.
Yeah.
You stop them from getting in the end zone, you can consider that a win, as Gutkowski with a 25-yarder, and it is no good. Wide to the right. And the Falcons take over with 20 seconds to go in the third quarter, 1st and 10.
You'll really take that if you're Pennsbury.
Yeah, an even bigger win just to keep them off the board at all, especially after that big drive. You got 20 seconds left in the third, but you're going to have to figure out something to get down there and get a touchdown.
Keeping people healthy and active since 1991. Dr. Rob Johnson at the Johnson Chiropractic Center bringing you portions of tonight's game on BCB. They're at 175 South Main Street in Yardley. From elite athletes at local schools to senior citizens, Dr. Johnson's goal is to keep you moving, offers functional one-on-one fitness training, and will increase your strength and flexibility at any age. Falcons with a pitch out to Brensinger. Brensinger with some open field. He's across the 30-yard line up to the 33 before he is escorted out of bounds. A Pennsbury Falcon first down. And as they reset the sticks, that's going to be the last play of the third quarter. As we go to the fourth with the Konkrete kids in front of the Pennsbury Falcons 21-2. It's high school football on the WBCB Sports Network.
Hi, Merrill Reese reminding you to come back home to...
Hi, I'm Kevin Nolan from Nolan Painting. We paint over 2,500 homes a year. And as you can see in our reviews, we have lots and lots of satisfied customers. So I always say, if you're not happy, we're not happy. It's because we care so much that we provide 100% customer satisfaction. We're going to put a lot of care and effort in what we do. We're going to do a super neat and clean job. Really, that's been the secret of our success. I don't think there's a company out there that provides better customer service than Nolan Painting. Nolan Painting, improving homes and neighborhoods since 1979.
Senator Steve Sanacero proudly serving the 10th Senatorial District and proudly supporting today's football game as a public service to the community. Senator Sanacero supports the youth of our community, tomorrow's future leaders. Steve himself, as a former teacher, is a leader in education along with infrastructure, environment, women's health issues, and gun violence protection in the 10th Senatorial District. And if your school would like a tour of the Capitol in Harrisburg, contact Steve's office at SenatorSteveSanacero.com. That's SenatorSteveSanacero.com. Senator Sanacero hopes you enjoy tonight's game. And we thank him for his sponsorship here tonight. Also, big thanks to Kramer's Bakery, baking things great since 1946. Homemade baked goods made fresh daily on the premises. They also have dessert trays. Kramer's Bakery, 14 East Afton Avenue. Great bread and rolls. Homemade donuts and muffins. They got it all at Kramer's.
I'm starving, Chris. Oh, my God.
Well, we got another quarter of high school football before we can head to Kramer's as Garlitz rolls to the near side, looks downfield, but can only look downfield momentarily after the play. Flag is thrown.
Looks like it's going to be on Northampton.
Yeah, it looked like there was a little extra personal foul is the call on the Northampton High School Konkrete kids. All right, so maybe that's the kind of help the Falcons need to spark this offense.
They'll take definitely it.
The only score that the Falcons have been able to muster is a safety from Walker Murray. They pinned Northampton deep and tackled the quarterback in the end zone. This will put him up near midfield. Also, the Falcons in the first half undermined by 2 costly fumbles. One in a goal-to-go situation, and the other one with a running back streaking down the field. Everybody in tight, and Garlitz gives up the gut to Jaden Bright. Another quick hitter, a 5-yard pickup. And that's not much, but if the Falcons can get that quick 5-yard hitter, it opens up so much of the wing tee.
Yeah.
Quickly back to the line of scrimmage. Bright and Brensinger, and the give is to Brensinger, who tries to get to the outside, use his speed to get to the corner. He does pick up a Pennsbury Falcon first down as he bangs into a defender on the far side of the field, going out at the 40, and unfortunately, an injury timeout. Espen Rosario shaken up on the play. So an official injury timeout on the field with 10:56 to go in the fourth quarter. We'll step aside and return to action in just a little bit on WBCB.
The Peruzzi Automotive Group. No matter where you purchased your car, take it to a local Peruzzi dealership service department for the best deals on tires. Buy 3, get the 4th free. All makes and models. Name brand tires. The Peruzzi Automotive dealerships on Route 1 in Fairless Hills, where our business is you.
An injured knee might look pretty simple, but there's a whole person behind that injury. One who misses the feel of his jump shot and spending time with friends on the court. It's not enough just to heal. He needs to get back out there. St. Mary Medical Center, a member of Trinity Health.
First down and 10 from the Northampton 40.
Well, scoreboard not in Pennsbury's favor, but we're having a pretty good time up here in the broadcast booth with our first game of this 2024 season, and want to see the Falcons start to turn things on. Talked to Coach Stout about the Roundtable show. We video stream it every Wednesday, and he usually is the Pennsbury representative, brings a couple of players. Show brought to you by Lower Bucks Hospital. It is a quick hitter up the middle. Bright again with a burst for 8 yards.
On that one, you really saw him shoot through the hole there up the middle and just really get to the next level.
Last 3 runs up the gut were pickups of 8, 5, and 10 yards. So finding a little room to operate between the tackles.
You're really starting to see this offensive line come together. All these seniors really starting to gel together and make the running backs' life easier.
Got some big bodies out there for sure. Great block by Walker Murray on the outside. Springs Brensinger up to the 20, across the 20-yard line before he is forced out of bounds.
Now, this is definitely something you can see and look back at tape and be encouraged by seeing some of this running game really start to turn on in the second half. And, you had some fumble issues, a couple turnovers in deep territory, but for the most part, you're looking good. You're able to move the ball, and you have some positives to get out of this offensively. Defense, going to have to, look back, figure some things out, but, first game of the season, there's only ahead from here.
And still some work to do on this drive. There, the handoff again, looking for that quick run up the gut by Bright. And, it's me, that Walker that time on the handoff.
Gain a yard there at all? No. But, I mean, you look at the last run by Brensinger, and you got a big block by Walker Murray. He has a bunch of tackles on defense. He's done a good amount on offense as well, not just that block, but Walker Murray might be the key to Pennsbury's success this year on offense and defense.
There, the ball is fumbled. A muffed exchange. Garlett's turned one way. A running back banged into his arm, and the football loose, and Northampton recovers the third Pennsbury fumble of the night.
Well, that was not on Walker Murray.
That's a tough, unfortunate one. We said earlier, it's one of the situations for their offense last year. A big problem for them was the ball control. You've seen now 3 fumbles in this game, 2 being costly. It's, there were some positives we were just talking about to take away from this offense, but there's also some negatives, and you're going to have to fix some things.
And 2 costly in that it looked like Pennsbury was on the move, headed into the end zone. The other one was a big one as well.
Yeah.
Hard to win games when you lose that turnover differential, and tonight the Falcons
absolutely
got the -3.
Yeah. It's near impossible.
Taft gives to Green on the jet sweep. Green up to the 25. Picks up 5 for the Konkrete kids.
Anything's possible, Gus. Anything's possible.
Again, next week the Falcons travel to Quakertown. Panthers were an 8-3 team last season. Well, hard to kind of measure this Northampton team. Again, moving from the EPC South, or moving into the South from the North, and that pass completed.
Heck of a catch.
Another accurate throw as he gets it to Trent Reeves, the tight end, with a diving grab. One thing this Konkrete kid they seem like they keep you honest. With Taft able to throw the football and picking up some ground games, you're not really sure what's coming at you.
Yeah, absolutely. You always got to be on your toes for this defense.
Man in motion as Taft turns back, and he hits Stuhldreher with that little screen pass.
Wow.
And he is pulled out of bounds by Chris Karamis. But another successful backside screen for the Konkrete kids, and another Northampton High School first down.
Yeah, Gavin Tuff now over 150 passing yards on the night, and he has been really, really good throwing, 9 for 13.
And for Pennsbury, if you look at where the youth is on the defense, it's in the secondary, and they're really getting challenged tonight. Here's Stuhldreher, tackled by Luke Bagley, but carries Bagley up the field a couple of yards and has enough for another Northampton High School first down.
Yeah, back-to-back first downs.
Under 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and you look at the scoreboard, and I think people will look back at tonight's game and maybe think that it was a dominant performance by the Konkrete kids, and if you take away those Pennsbury fumbles, some of the mistakes that they have made,
this could be a lot different of a game.
There's a big hole, though, for Stuhldreher, and he's up to the 10. And another first down for the Konkrete kids. And we talk about the ground and pound for Pennsbury, wearing down the opposition on this drive. It looks like Northampton has been able to wear down this Pennsbury defense.
Yeah, you say it may have not been a dominant performance. Obviously, the 3 fumbles, we have a different game, but Stuhldreher has been running very well against this Pennsbury defense. 19 rushes, 130 yards, has 2 TDs, and Taff has been throwing all over the place.
Yeah, it's been a pretty impressive performance. And I'm just looking for positives for the Falcons to take out of it. But this drive, disheartening.
Yeah,
here
this one's a tough one. This one's a tough one, this drive.
Is it a tough one?
It's a tough one. It's a tough one.
Coaches Roundtable Show, video streamed Wednesday nights. Sandy's Beef and Ale, brought to you by Lower Bucks Hospital, supporting the youth of our community and helping make portions of tonight's game possible. 6:20 and counting. Second and goal from the 10. Taff from the gun, throws to the flat, completes it to Green, and he is tackled right away. Nice job by Lamar Kamjay.
Good job, not only to get there quickly, but to actually wrap up. There's been times where you see guys try to hit them with a big shoulder. They stay up and they work their way and make something out of there. That job, wrapping up, going through the chest and making sure to take it to the ground. Great tackle.
And like pinpoint timing on that one.
Wait for him to catch the ball, and as soon as he catches it, smack
strike.
him.
Brings up 3rd and 11, 3rd and goal from the 11-yard line. 5.5 to go, and
no chance.
as you'd expect, Northampton in no hurry, Gus.
No, not at all. They're going to take every second of this clock as they can, as they are down to 5 seconds on the play clock. But it looks like
taking a timeout.
Maybe they're just going to take a timeout.
Yep.
Reassess things and get a good shot for the 3rd down here.
Well, there it is. Timeout on the field. Comes with 5:14 to go. Don't forget, if you miss any of tonight's action, you can read about it in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. The only newspaper serving Bucks, Burlington, and Mercer County 7 days a week. It's the Trentonian. Thanks also to Junior's Express Car Wash on the corner of New Falls Road and Hood Boulevard, right near Pennsbury High School. One of the best car washes in Bucks County. Early bird specials. You buy 5 washes, you get 1 free. Join their rewards club and get a free $20 car wash. Always free vacuums at Junior's. And Junior's Express, they also are owned and operated by a Pennsbury graduate. And proud to support the Falcons. They're open Monday through Saturday from 7 to 8. Sundays open 8 to 7 at the corner of New Falls Road and Hood Boulevard. Also at 2270 Bristol Oxford Valley Road in Levittown. Thanks to all of our sponsors helping to make our Pennsbury games possible on BCB. Oh, how about a Neshaminy update? Neshaminy and Emmaus.
We are looking at 14-7 Neshaminy with 6:45 left to go in the 4th quarter.
That's other action you can see on YouTube. Search WBCB Sports. And that ball is completed. Down at the 1-yard line is the call, but there is a flag thrown behind the play. It's going to be a hold on the Klondike kids, or excuse me, the Konkrete kids.
Klondike.
I keep thinking Klondike.
Yeah, you said that earlier.
Did I?
I didn't want to say anything, but I'm like, I thought I heard Klondike.
You got to help me, Gus.
I'm trying. I just didn't want to, I didn't know if I fully heard Klondike, but I'm like, I swear I thought he said Klondike. So that guaranteed it.
The Konkrete kids. Now with 5:10 to go.
Yeah, we're just hungry. We want Klondike bars.
What would you do for a Klondike
We want pizza. Well, you don't want the mustard pie.
Always can get good food at Puss in Boots, 942
That's
Trenton Road in Fairless Hills. The best food at the best prices. And they got the cornhole outside. Puss in Boots, they offer on-premise, off-premise catering for any events. Big supporters of Pennsbury Athletics. And Puss in Boots, a landmark in Bucks County at 942 Trenton Road in Fairless Hills.
And you may see me there. Father.
Yeah, you're like your whole
My father
family
and
is
I.
working there.
Yeah. My cousin's a under.
Faking the handoff. Gavin Taff holds on to it, tries to jump over a tackler, and is brought down at the 12. Brings up 4th and goal from the 12-yard line, and they're going to give Gutkowski another shot at a field goal.
And that brings up 4th down.
Looks like from here, we're looking at maybe a
Interesting.
20, maybe about a 30-yard field goal. Now they'll push it up, and it's going to be a 28-yard attempt for Gutkowski.
Well, he's been perfect on his PATs. The one field goal he missed, though.
That looks good, and it is. Splits the uprights with 4:17 to go, and it's 24-2. Northampton in front.
Tough.
Well, knew this was going to be a big measuring stick for the Falcons. Again, this was going up against a league champion from last year. And this area, I think is some of the best football in the state of PA at the 6A level. So even if you're moving from one league to a tougher league, knew you were going to be up against a good 6A high school football team. And the Falcons have some things to work out and figure out. Work on some of the ball control stuff, some of the mental errors here in tonight's game. As Gutkowski has the football on the tee. Brensinger and Camjay back deep to receive for the Falcons. Gutkowski line driver there. Brensinger brings it in at the 6, and his knee went down, or his knee touched, and play is dead at the 7-yard line.
That's kind of how this night has gone for Pennsbury Falcons.
Wow.
Another tough break.
Unintentional knee droppage.
Puts them deep in their own territory with 4:15 to go.
Getting out of the way early.
All the way back at their own 6. Oh, this is going to be tough.
Garlitz with Bright and Brensinger. The give is to Bright. Quick hitter up the gut. Punishing run. Knocking defenders down. Staying on his feet across the 15 and pushing up close to the 20-yard line. We talked about Hex Walker's toughness. Jaden Bright saying, hold my beer.
I'll hold it. I'll hold it. The beer does sound good.
Hold my beverage.
Hold my Coke. Hold my Gatorade. Alcoholic beverages. Who would ever? I was actually just thinking about maybe going to the boot after this, trying to get myself an adult beverage.
Great food over there at Puss in Boots Tavern as the pitch out there goes to Brensinger, gets to the corner, turns it upfield, up across the 30-yard line. Picks up a Pennsbury Falcon first down.
Just short.
Nope.
Oh, no, we got it?
Yep.
Oh, all right.
And that's another 1st down.
Just enough to move the sticks, but the clock continues to roll as we're now close to the 3-minute mark.
Yeah, not their friend.
And the Falcons still looking for their first offensive score of this 2024 season. That time it's Walker running off tackle. Gets 4.
He's now over 100 yards, 11 rushes, 103 yards in his Falcon debut. We got to teach him the Falcon flat.
He'll learn it very quickly.
Oh, he will.
Yes, he will.
While the Pennsbury cheerleaders were over here, I think they were doing the Falcon flap, or was that Northampton have their? Everybody's got their version.
They got something.
It was a concrete crumble.
2nd and 5. Brensinger with the handoff.
I swear to God, that's what they said. Everybody do the concrete crumble.
The concrete Kleindale ball.
Oh, Jesus.
Sneaks through a couple of defenders, and that's another Pennsbury Falcon first down. They're up to the 40.
Got me all twisted up now, word-wise.
A lot of K's going on. Is that Brensinger?
Yes.
Okay.
That time again, the give to Brensinger. And again, a Pennsbury Falcon first down, picks up another dozen, crosses the 50 up to the 40, what do they call it, the 46 of Northampton. Tonight's game brought to you by Senator Steve Sanacero, proudly serving the 10th Senatorial District and proudly supporting today's football game as a public service to the community. Senator Sanacero supports the youth of our community, tomorrow's future leaders. Here the handoff to Hex. He's up to the 40-yard line. Sanacero is a former teacher, a leader in education along with infrastructure, environment, women's health issues, and gun violence protection in the 10th Senatorial District. And if your school would like a tour of the Capitol in Harrisburg, contact Steve's office, senatorsanacero.com, senatorsanacero.com. Senator Sanacero hopes that you've been enjoying tonight's game as we're now down to the minute mark.
I want a tour of the
I heard it's a pretty epic experience. A little counter run.
Oh, nice run.
Again, Brensinger. And takes a punishing hit. Yeah, Brensinger gets back up again.
A concrete kid is down. He's getting off though.
Yeah,
it looks like he already has a cast on his arm, so already in pain, so don't want to hurt that anymore.
Well, right there, too, the Falcons still bringing it, a hard-hitting game, a tough first game for Pennsbury as we reach the half-minute mark. Next week on the road at Quakertown as Garlitz sets him down, drops back, looks downfield, and he's flushed from the pocket and gets to the near sideline, weaving through would-be tacklers there. So it goes out of bounds, stopping the clock with just over 18 ticks.
Brensinger has reached the century mark in yards at 107.
So you got Brensinger and Walker, who both go over 100 yards, but fumbles undermining the Pennsbury Falcons and just couldn't get the ground game going consistently enough.
They combined for 216 yards, but both had a fumble, which is
second
the
and
killer
10
tonight.
They'll throw to Brensinger out in the flat. Little screen pass, but took a little too long to develop, and the Northampton High School defenders kill the play with just under 9 seconds to go, and the Falcons take a timeout. Pennsbury Football Parents Club, final call for business sponsorships in the game day programs. Check out PennsburyFootball.org/program ads, and also join that first home game, September the 6th. Support the Falcons, buy some apparel, grab a piece of pizza. Let's go Falcons. Yeah, back at home against Council Rock South.
And well, hopefully it ends before 8:15.
Yeah, next week is weird. I think because of that whole Labor Day holiday, right? They're playing on Thursday. So that's going to
Then there's a few games on Thursdays and Saturdays this year.
It's going to feel like a time warp. Like it's supposed to be Friday night lights instead. Next week, Thursday night lights.
Maybe we'll be on Amazon. Thursday Night Football.
Apple TV.
Yeah, who knows?
Al Michaels shows up.
Well, hopefully we get a better
Hopefully
game
I show up.
than they
we
usually
believe in
get.
we believe in miracles.
Yeah, we do. Oh, drop back.
Here we go.
3 receivers here for Garlitz. High snap. He brings it down, bangs into one defender, and then he throws incomplete. Just getting rid of that football. And the incompletion stops the clock with 2.2 remaining. Garlitz has dropped back on occasion tonight. Hasn't gotten a lot of solid pass protection or time to allow things to develop and look downfield.
He's 1 for 4 tonight with 1 passing yard.
It feels like he looks downfield and there's a defender
in his face
coming right after him. All right, this will be the last play of the game. Oh, hold on a second.
They got it.
Officials blow it dead. And now they're going to chat with each other. No flag thrown. So we'll do it again with 2.2 remaining. You got McGinty and Walker split to the near side. See if the Falcons can get a little razzle-dazzle going. Another high snap. Garlitz pulls it down, throws downfield right to a defender. Intercepted. And that will end the game. The 4th turnover tonight for the Pennsbury Falcons leads us to the final whistle. And the Konkrete Kids start their season 1-0 with a 24-2 victory. And the Falcons 0-1 after the first game of the season, moving on next week to Quakertown. Well, I don't know, fellas. We got to recap this one. We'll step aside and return here in just a little bit. We thank you for being with us as the both orange and black teams, a little post-game handshake. And yeah, we'll wrap this one up, take a look at scoring. And I don't know, you got a player of the game you might talk to, Ben? I mean, tough on a loss. We will definitely extend a DiLorenzo's gift certificate to one of the Pennsbury Falcons. So we'll talk about that during the break, and we'll return to wrap up tonight's game in just a bit.
Sandy's Beef and Ale has been serving famous hand-carved roast sandwiches since 1967. Sandy's Beef and Ale is located in the Woodburn Square Shopping Center next to the Oxford Valley Mall. Stop in anytime for not only the roast beef sandwiches, but also the patty, the tailgater, and the Cuban. Family and friends have been coming to Sandy's Beef and Ale since 1967. 2028 Old Lincoln Highway, the home of the hand-carved sandwich.
If anyone thinks cancer is going to define you, they've got another thing coming. We know you are more than someone healing their heart. At Trinity Health, we know the importance of seeing the person behind the patient, the fear, the joy, the journey. Bringing you the expert medical teams and state-of-the-art technological advancements of a national health system, along with the personalized care that helps you feel better. Because we see all of you.
Rob's Automotive and Collision Center in Lower Bucks County is a full-service repair center with competitive prices, top-of-the-line products, and the finest auto body and mechanical repair technicians anywhere. Rob's makes repairing your...
Well, pretty much all Northampton High School tonight, 24-2, the final score. Our DiLorenzo's player of the game is going to be Walker Murray. Had some pretty big blocks on the offensive side of the affair tonight. But that safety was really impressive, and you see his quickness and strength. You mentioned it, Ben. He may be the guy who really has to step up for this Pennsbury team to have success on both sides of the ball, and gets their first score of 2024 with just impressive safety and individual play.
Yeah, I mean, you don't always want your first score to be defensively and it be your only score of the night. But it was a pretty impressive one, and he had another sack where he swallowed the Konkrete Kids quarterback and had some great. I almost said Klondike. Had some great plays on offense as well. So a good all-around game from Walker Murray, and if Pennsbury wants to some success this year, they're going to need a good amount of that from Murray.
Congratulations to Coach John Toman. Seems like this Northampton Konkrete kids bunch is going to be able to move right into the new league that they're in. Tougher competition in the EPC South, but from tonight's contest, seems like they are ready to go. Meanwhile, for the Pennsbury Falcons, they got to turn things around. Next week, Quakertown, Council Rock South in their non-league part of the schedule. Again, we'll have it all for you on WBCB. Thanks to DiLorenzo's. And again, our DiLorenzo's player of the game tonight is Walker Murray. But yeah, all Northampton, 2 touchdowns from Stool Dreyer, a passing touchdown, and then a field goal as well. So they did it in a variety of different ways, had success tonight against the Pennsbury Falcons, and we thank our sponsors.
And the Chamonix in a tight game over there, 32 seconds remaining. They're tied at 14, and it looks like...
Is that Emmaus got the football?
Yeah, Emmaus is driving. They're on their 30.
We got Egan football for you tomorrow afternoon with the 2 o'clock kickoff.
They're a little ahead of, they're at the 23, it looks like, with 32 seconds left. This game's on BCB.
Thanks to all of our sponsors, PNC Financial Services Group, St. Mary Medical Center, BCWSA, the Revere Restaurant, McCaffrey's Supermarkets. This has been the McCaffrey's Game of the Night. Thanks to Peruzzi Automotive, Ben Franklin Plumbing of Levittown, Kim Rock of Keller Williams, Nolan Painting, Team Toyota, Rob's Automotive and Collision, Puss in Boots Tavern at 942 Trenton Road, the Pennsbury Football Parents Club, Charcoal BYOB, Junior's Car Wash, the Trentonian, Jammer Doors, Lower Bucks Hospital, Amori's Restaurant, Chance to Save Bargain Outlet, BAI Security Systems, DiLorenzo's Pizza on New Falls Road, Johnson Chiropractic, Yardley Pharmacy, Kramer's Bakery, Villa Rosa, Yardley Family Haircutters, Perry Warren for State Rep, and Senator Steve Sanacero. The whole community supporting the Pennsbury Falcons and hoping for a great 2024 season. Not the start we were looking for, but we got a lot to look forward to still. Thanks to the crew here, Ben Goldstein with the stats and in-game analysis. Thanks to Gus the Bus Barber for doing a great job video engineering. And he will have your Nolan Painting. What is it, the Brush with Greatness?
Brush of Brilliance.
Brush of Brilliance.
Yeah, already thinking about who I'm going to do next week. I won't be there next week, but I'm going to make sure I write something up, send it to Ben to present for me, but it's going to be a tough one for this game, but we're going to have the Nolan Painting Brush of Brilliance players.
I know the Brush of Brilliance on the defensive side of the football. That's easy to find after that Walker Murray safety. Yeah. Tougher to find any brilliant stuff that happened on the offensive side of the football for Pennsbury. Although we mentioned 2 of their running backs eclipsed the century mark. That's something to build off of. So we shall see.
I'm going to try and do your voice when I'm reading the Brush of Brilliance. The Brush of Brilliance.
And thanks to, did I say Daniel McDevitt up top behind the camera? Always a great job, and we appreciate his work as well. Thanks to you for being with us. One final time here from Northampton High School. It was the Klondike Kids 24, the Pennsbury Falcons.
Konkrete.
Did I say Klondike Kids? Oh, my gosh. You know, once I get it in my mind, I can't get it out of there. The Konkrete Kids 24.